Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday right here at the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. That's right. You've got Dane Hennon here in the middle. To my right, Levi Gates.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, Dane. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
And you're getting a phone call.
Hold on, guys. Got a busy phone call from Gabe at the Rag Company.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
Sorry, Gabe.
Huh,
Hanging
well,
up
I
on
guess
you.
he got hung up on.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about some housekeeping stuff that's going on, etc., etc.?
Well, Dane, it is Friday Eve right now. We are
Sure
here
is.
on September. What day of September is it?
It's the 21st.
September 21st, right? Time flies when you're having fun, and I cannot believe that we are getting into cooler and crisper weather here in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Now, this is our favorite time of the year where, let's just say, the leaves start turning, right?
They sure do.
The leaves start turning.
The wasps go away.
The junkyard
goodness.
starts churning
The
out
junkyard starts
some
churning.
amazing vehicles for us to check out when we're wearing our Dixon flannels, our Brooks running shoes, and of course, maybe have a warm beverage in our hand
a coffee.
for a cool
Maybe a-
morning
maybe
walk.
This is the weather
tea.
where you wear a flannel on top, like a button-up or something, but you still wear shorts in the bottom.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
that-
or
it's hybrid.
or you tag team it. You do the hoodie.
Yeah.
Put the flannel over it.
Okay.
Now
Yep.
you got an extra layer.
Well,
right?
I mean,
It
if
might
you
get
want to
too
be
hot,
really warm,
feels
certainly.
good when you can, when you got to take off that layer. But
a
we
little-
love it because we get to cruise the junkyards in the brisk breeze, along with dodging car parts.
That extra
that are
layer
all
also
over the
protects
road.
you from getting scratched by something potentially
True.
rusty in the
Mhm.
junkyard.
Yep, exactly.
So
Anything
a
sticking
little,
out,
little
you never
tetanus
know.
prevention never hurt nobody.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I guess back to what I was trying to say
Yeah,
is that we're
sorry.
getting into cooler weather, right? So, which means that we obviously have Halloween coming up. Again, I've reminded people about this before, but we will be having maybe a extra spooky sale of some sort, right? People might go missing. People might end up
Whoa.
in a box. People might end up in a shed. People might end up.
I've seen
in
7.
a-
I don't like how
Some
that
people
ends.
might be buried under the studio floor for a bit.
Whatever
That
has
already
to
happened to
happen.
me.
I know, that's what I'm
Last
saying.
year.
Some people, it might
Dane?
happen to other people this year. We don't
Dane,
know.
Do you want to go back
No.
in that casket?
No. Do you want to go back in the box? No, I don't.
Listen, because we
We
had
can.
those delicious hot
It was
dogs.
a great day.
That
Great
was
day.
one of the weirdest
Remember when we
lives
gave
have
one to
ever
Dane and he
done.
was underground and he had to eat
So-
his, but it was covered in dirt?
What I
He was so
remember
upset.
what I
It's so
remember
dark.
is last year when they were like, "Okay, Anthony, so what's the pitch?" I'm like, "All right, so here's my thoughts."
buried
It's going to
Dane.
combine two of
He
our favorite
said-
things.
He said, "We bury Dane, right,
cook hot dogs.
in a casket, and we're gonna cook hot dogs, right?" And they go, "All right, so what do you need exactly?" I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna need a George."
machine.
I
Grave.
said, "I need a George Foreman grill. I need a fog machine. I need 3 bags of topsoil,
Dirt.
some astroturf, right, and some tombstones and some
Yeah,
decor."
it's great.
It was
and
amazing.
people were like, "What?"
If you have no idea what we're talking about, after this Q&A, please go look up our last
The highest rated live we've
we
ever
did.
had.
That one was pretty crazy.
That was done during Halloween, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
People
People
had
were
our Halloween
also,
shirts on.
Every time
We did,
we made
yes.
it so that we would do the smoke machine
Yeah, we
anytime
let the
somebody did a
smoke-
super
we got
chat.
the shop,
and
we
so
got
the
the
room
building so
just got
smoky.
so
Great.
smoky.
No, but
Oh.
it was awesome. So you do not want to miss out on
No.
the Halloween festivities that we've got planned.
Absolutely
So
not.
please make sure that you are subscribed to the newsletter. Make sure it isn't in your spam. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're new and this is your first time hearing about this stuff, please go to theragcompany.com, sign up for the newsletter, the details. That way
Yes.
you're notified. You're
Yeah.
ready to rock and roll when that stuff happens, because every year people go, I forgot. I forgot.
'Cause there's a
I
cool
missed it.
t-shirt that comes
I wanted that. I
out.
wanted that.
Or certain
So
products are really big.
we're giving you a
special.
heads
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Put a little money away. Squirrel a little money away for yourself.
That's right, Franco.
You know, you've got at least a month
Yeah.
squirrel it.
to
Well,
get that
squirrel
money,
the
saved
and then,
up.
and then make sure you're going to make sure
Be
you
like
have
Dane.
your.
Don't buy a couple energy drinks for a couple days.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Take
A
that
couple
money,
of days.
put it in it
Yeah.
in like your ashtray.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Think
That
of
way
all
you don't
you'll
have to worry.
save.
Think about that.
Think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also have your shirt size in mind,
Mhm.
right?
Think about that too.
Because
Make sure you know.
Because what I don't want to hear is that people say, "Oh, I missed the 2X, or I missed the 3X, or I missed the small," whatever it is. we're letting you know. Sign up for the newsletter. Do everything you can to be prepared for when this drop happens.
We're going out of our way to warn you ahead of time.
Because once they're gone, literally. Because like we can't order more, and John is very against us doing the shirt releases nowadays. So like we have to make sure
we gotta fight to have those things.
It's a nice, successful and positive experience for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so other than that, though, this week we are wrapping up hopefully the last bit of this feature that will be coming out here in the next couple weeks. Hoping people will really enjoy that.
It's another scripted video.
And then also on top of that, if you guys have been checking the new products page and whatnot, we talked about how the Screwball has been released and it's out. It's out and about. And
good job, Belinsky, for finding that before we did.
Fantastic brush. We love those. We love those boar's hair, those longer boar's hairs that they utilized in that brush for the stiffness, for just the overall cleaning ability. Just make sure you break it in properly, because I imagine people are probably going to be receiving their orders here soon. And so if you wonder why your boar's hair brush is losing a couple of bristles, it's part of the normal break-in procedure. It will release the weak, right?
That's right.
Keep
and
the
keep
strong.
it strong.
Well, yeah,
it's very Spartan that way.
It basically says you won't survive this abuse. It's time to set you free, right?
Yeah.
So,
but those that stay
are
they're ready to fight. Yeah, it's just like the Spartans.
Hoorah!
Right?
Hoorah!
I thought you were going to bring an army. Oh, I brought warriors.
Yeah.
What'd you bring? It looks like you brought farmers.
Yeah.
I brought warriors, and then they say that
it gets ugly real quick.
There's only 300 of them.
Only 300, but they're the best of the best.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie. By the way,
good. I watched it again the other night.
Watch it?
In the evenings when I'm working on a car, if I got a car in the garage,
you have that in the background.
I put on a movie, and I put on 300 the other night.
That's fun.
And I was like, this is kind of fun. And then I turned the main lights off. In the garage because I had my side lights on because I was just polishing. And I was like,
it's very moody.
It was a very moody movie, and I was like, this is a this is
a good time, right?
Liquid
Death or whatever.
I had a couple Diet Pepsis.
Okay. So again, new products there. Check out anything on the new product pages that are being released, and then here before we know it, there's also going to be something pretty big from the Rag Company.
Yeah. Well, SEMA's
really
coming
big.
up.
Yeah.
Right? SEMA show's coming up.
Yep.
SEMA's got a lot of drops, a lot of releases, and you never know.
You never know, man. You never know where that wind's gonna blow.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sometimes it goes east, sometimes it goes west, sometimes it goes north, sometimes it goes south.
All right, and on that note, let's go ahead and jump into the Rag Company questions here. So we have Dan Pfeiffer, as usual, with a good afternoon word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. What's your favorite new detailing product?
Ooh.
Well, the Screwball.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for that one
sure.
for a while. I was very excited that
Get screwy with it.
It
You know
works.
what I mean?
The way it does and that it holds so strongly and fits. But one we were just kind of talking about and utilizing are some of the newest, not newest, but best practices in terms of like how you're going to be using your towels. We were talking about lint-free applications. I've been using the FTW for glass. There's nothing better than a new FTW.
It's for the windows.
Cleaning some glass.
"Quote unquote" new. Make sure
we're
it's
talking
new.
Washed.
Washed and new.
First
new
washed.
FTW.
But it's the first time it kisses glass.
Untouched by bead makers. What you're trying to say?
Exactly.
An untouched
100%.
FTW.
That is my favorite. Is one of an unsullied. Yeah.
We'll call it a virgin FTW.
A virgin
right?
FTW.
Okay.
There's nothing nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that for me. What about you?
Oh man, something new. Something used. Something blue. Something
new clay scrubber. Cracking open a box.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah,
love those things?
that's another thing too.
Seriously.
Clay scrubbers are back in stock for people that have been wondering. However, we sold out our clay towels almost immediately.
Wow,
literally a
we
day.
try and warn people.
We had them
put
for,
it out on Insta.
We had them for
told them.
1 day exactly, and
it's not like we make small orders.
So I
we
think
make huge.
So what had happened is we've sent a lot of clay towels to Amazon. So there's still hope for you if you still want to pick up a clay towel.
Amazon and grab one.
But I think what it was is there were so many people that had their notifications turned on for when the product was going to be back in stock that the second it came in, they were like, bam,
Gotta get it.
Drop whatever they're doing.
I gotta get
Go
it.
and do
So,
that.
sold out of completely of the clay towel on the Rag Company website. Amazon will be a different story, but we do have plenty of the ultra clay mitts as well as ultra clay scrubbers. Right,
Scrubbers are the ones that normally are the fastest moving of the bunch. People
And
seem to
somebody
gravitate
commented on an
towards
Instagram post yesterday saying that they go, yeah, mine melted and marred my paint, and I go,
what?
I've never heard of a scrubber melting and marring your paint.
That is not
Did you
a
leave it in a
common
hot
thing.
car? Did you leave it in the sun? Was it in
What'd
a
you
hot
do?
garage?
No,
You know,
no,
like-
it can be tacky in the package, right? When
Absolutely.
you're taking it
Yeah.
out. But that's not
Absolutely.
the same as
But
it
that's-
melting.
but
Like this
then
guy
you-
described it.
They
as
said it's
melt.
melting and marring, and I just go, I've had that scrubber sitting out in 100-degree weather
It
on
gets
a
hot
bench
here,
out
so-
there, and I've never walked
Yeah.
over to a melted scrubber. So I'm wondering, did you use a chemical with it?
Yeah.
What ended up happening?
Might
And then
have
also, as far
like a
as
tar
marring
remover or
goes,
something.
that's probably the least likely clay product that we
and
have.
especially fresh,
that-
brand new,
yeah.
out of the package. It does stick to the plastic.
Sure.
That's you gotta
But
hone it in.
But
go
you
hone
peel it
on
off,
glass.
you get it
Hone it
wet,
on glass.
and then you hone it on glass, and it
Yeah.
removes all those nubs, smooths it out, and gets it ready for paint.
And that's
Yeah.
the part I'm wondering if maybe they didn't do that. Maybe they didn't go and hone it on glass. Maybe they just tried to go straight in and it was like, what? It's not working. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just
Strange. I don't
tip
know.
to the wise. Always make sure
I
you
don't
hone it on glass
know.
first.
Okay, so back to what the question you said.
Oh,
What's my
yeah.
favorite detailing product? I don't know. We have some new ones here. I don't even know if I'd consider them detailing, and I can't even really talk about them. But they smell really nice.
yeah.
I'm liking the way things are
Yeah.
smelling, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Dane, what about you? Have you been using anything new?
Well, see, that's
or
the fun
old?
thing. Well, see, the new stuff is so new, I can't talk about it yet. But
Yeah.
there's something amongst said new thing that I'm very excited about. But I
Very
can't
nice.
talk about it until it's there. But that is my new favorite thing.
No,
Cool. That's
nice.
not helpful
That helps.
at
I
all.
know that's supposed to
Dan,
get
I
people
hope you
intrigued
enjoyed our answer
as to
of
what's coming.
a Virgin FTW, a new thing, and a new thing that neither of them can talk about. So, Joey Belinsky,
Near
sup,
future.
fellas, enjoying a frosted banana bread raw Pop Tart. Let me
Man.
tell you, Anthony, it's a bussin'.
I've never even heard of this banana bread Pop Tart. What is it?
It's a banana bread Pop Tart.
Where do you find
That
it?
is
I don't know.
very
Does it-
Probably
specific.
somewhere in the California area.
There's no way though it would be able to dethrone a strawberry frosted Pop
Just a
Tart.
classic
Might.
strawberry
You
one.
never know.
Like-
Are you a banana bread connoisseur?
I love banana bread.
Then you might
I
also
love-
like
Did you
love
just call it
offering-
nano bread?
I love banana bread with nuts. I love a ton of
You
nut
like nuts
on
You're
the
not
banana
going to
I
bread.
get
like that.
those in your Pop Tart, though. I guarantee you they didn't put them in there.
No
That
nuts in your
is
Pop Tarts.
true. Have they ever made an Oreo Pop Tart?
Probably.
Like a
That'd
Pop
probably
Tart
be
with
pretty good.
actual like other
They have a
textures in it
s'more-
besides just a filling.
S'more flavored Pop
hate
Tart
that.
I'd like to try just to
No,
see.
s'more. It's been around
I was
for
never
years.
into the s'more.
I
one.
saw that
No,
one.
and then I
thought,
had a bad experience with the maple brown sugar. Bought a
Dude,
moldy
I
pack.
grew up
I
on
grew up
those,
on
and they
maple
were.
brown sugar.
I didn't care for them after having them too many times.
Yeah.
Strawberry was always a sweet treat
Yeah.
to me, or the blueberry. Oh, I love the blueberry.
You like the
ones.
blueberry
Yeah.
one?
Blueberries are.
Yeah. I was always a
I'm
strawberry
very
kid, but
weird
I was
like
a
that.
raw,
I like blueberry.
plain strawberry. I like it with no frosting.
No, I like a raw
Okay.
frosted.
Yeah.
Raw, yeah. All right,
right.
so we got Yo Hurl says, Yo,
Yo.
power is out here, heading to lunch and probably nap. Thanks to a battery on my phone, I should be able to listen to live. Hope you're all doing well today.
Well, now
Alright,
hold
man.
on, Yo Hurl. Don't run out your battery. That's your lifeline, buddy.
No, he's burning it.
But
he's
I appreciate
sacrificing
you.
it to watch the live, and we appreciate it.
So
All right,
after watching
Alex.
us, it burns out. What happens to him
Happy
then?
Friday Eve, TRC family. Super shout out, special shout out to Grand Ambassador Showdown contestants. Unbelievable stuff. Very proud
Agreed.
of all of them.
They were
100%,
excellent,
Alex. They are
very excellent
it's-
crew.
Grand Ambassador,
It is-
alumni, and spokesman Alex Duar.
It's
We love
basically,
to
it's
see
like a
it.
bloodbath, right? In like the best content way possible.
In the
Ancient Rome.
friendliest way
They're
possible.
producing the highest quality content
Yeah.
most consistently I've ever seen. And I'm just like,
it's like that scene in Gladiator
Yeah.
when they're in the Colosseum.
yep.
And you've got the gladiators, the Grand Ambassadors in the center, and there's tigers popping out,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And lions.
Ooh,
and,
yeah.
And
Oh my
they're
God.
swiping at them. And then there's
Yeah.
chariots going around.
Does he have his cool helmet yet?
Yeah, one of them has. I
Yeah,
think it's
okay.
probably Darren
Okay.
or
Okay.
Jamie the cleaner
Yeah.
with their helmet. But Bearded Hunter's standing back there because he's the bigger guy. He's the
Yeah.
tallest one.
Yeah.
And he's back
Easily.
there with the spear, and he's taking out the chariots.
Oh my God,
Right?
he is. No,
Yeah.
it's right through the wheel.
Yeah,
right?
he's
Oh, yeah.
shoving it through the
Damn,
wheel.
it's
It's
big
flying
flip
over.
and-
Flips,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. It's
'Kay.
pretty much
Awesome.
exactly what we got to see this weekend.
Yep,
On
yep.
Instagram.
No, crazy.
Pretty
I don't
bummed
even want to know what everybody else is doing, but I mean, it does feel like an actual showdown. So I want to say I'm very proud
Yeah, I mean,
of.
Vermeil was down there chopping ankles. I thought that was a kind of a
Wow.
weird move.
the,
But,
very aggressive.
But again, he
Yeah.
was
Kinda-
because he's so fast. He's quick.
Kind of rude.
he's
light.
also in incredibly good shape too.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
that guy.
probably the
yeah.
most in shape.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that as well.
They
But
couldn't see him.
yeah, they couldn't see him. He's
It's
so
like
fast.
It's like a dust.
Well, no, and he
devil.
also has his dog that he's trained
Right.
extremely
Right.
well.
Yeah, he's whistling, and the dog's able to do stuff too. it's biting necks and things
beautiful,
like that.
beautiful dog. It's just
Yeah,
so
he's very cute.
it's so dangerous.
Very, very aesthetic
Yeah.
sheep, but that
Yeah.
also happens to be lightning fast.
But I just want to say, yeah, all six, I'm very proud of them. They're doing such an amazing job. They're making me laugh every day. They're impressing me with the quality of their content. And they're obviously also educating a lot of people as well,
Yeah.
which is an important part of being a Grand Ambassador. So, yeah, we'll see. There is more stuff on the way to them right now, believe it or not.
Nice.
We had to
More
kind of
stuff.
fulfill another part of their order. And then here, probably in another, I think probably a couple weeks, there will be even more stuff. So, yeah, basically the idea is of this showdown is to give these people enough stuff to be
The
able to
best chance
make this
possible.
content, to create this content, keep it coming, and so. I'm
But shout out,
excited.
you guys are on your
That's
A
it.
game.
I like it.
First from Puerto Rico.
Of course.
Umberto saying hello TRC team, and then he proceeds
Hello.
to say
Hi to
hello
everybody.
else.
So I will.
Again, Umberto, thank you, sir.
cruise. Then we got Rick Smith,
saying hello,
and also says hi to Humberto.
everybody saying hello. Joey
A lot
Belinsky
of
saying
that.
hi,
Here we go.
and Kurt
Boom.
uh,
Load, please.
hopping up. The one
I
who
am.
shall remain nameless, Kurt or Kevin or Steve or Jeffrey or Tom.
I
or
hit send, but it's not showing up on
Superman.
the screen.
saying happy Friday, Junior, everyone from South Coast, Massachusetts. Been a few weeks. Finally get to make a live again. Watched all the TRC cast to catch up the last few days. And then shout out to the Joey Belinsky and Eddie Cologne podcast. Been binging them to catch up too. Great show. I don't know how y'all work your time management to keep up with all the great content from podcasts to the Grand Ambassadors.
Man.
Truly amazing.
They
Thank
keep
you.
it lively. Seriously,
Yep.
thank you.
Cheese Doodle.
All right.
What's up, my brethren? What's up, Cheese Doodle?
What up, my brother?
And then Bearded Hunter walking in, having to stoop his head as he enters the chat.
Tall man.
What is up, everyone?
So just a quick note here. We have one Grand Ambassador Showdown
Yep.
contestant here in the chat.
Yep.
That's one so
Followed
far. Then the
immediately
second,
by another.
Oh, a second.
There's the
Yes,
second
yeah,
one.
we
Just
have
like
Heather
that.
here.
Heather hopping in saying,
Hey.
hey, everyone, hope you're all having a great week.
That's two. Okay.
Hope you are
Right
too.
there. And then Joey Belinsky popping in with all the VIPs are here. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's very impressed.
All right.
Hippopotamus Stew. Holy smokes, Auto Carry HQ.
That's
It's
right.
true.
They're all
It's true.
here.
We do have some celebrities here
Franco saying hello.
in the chat.
A lot of hellos. Oh, we've got
And then saying, what's up to all the usual suspects.
Franco,
And then
fellow squirrel.
Superfan, TRC Superfan, Hans Closen, Abend
Abend.
boys.
Abend.
What's up, Hans Abend? And Hippopotamus Stew, peace sign. And then Franco, be right back. Hopefully, got to drive.
Yeah, focus
and
on
then,
that.
Jerry saying, oh, hoodie weather is approaching quickly in New England. Looking forward to it.
Oh, it is.
Nice.
It is on.
And then Spencer saying, going to be sad. I won't see any farm equipment that's coated at SEMA unless TRC wants to line up something with me.
Oh man, I apologize. we
Spencer.
already have a car,
But
set
we'll
for
see
our
you at
booth.
SEMA.
Yeah. I mean, there
But I
could
love
be
the
some
idea.
pretty crazy. There could be a crazy farm build there
You
somewhere.
never know.
Well, some of those trucks might as well be tractors. Am I right?
Yeah, something like that, Dane.
All right, we got Spencer here, and then whoop,
Bearded Hunter.
Wait a second, that page looks different. What happened here?
You're on 4.
Okay, so we are.
So you're on
okay,
3.
I'm just verifying I didn't miss
Yep.
anybody because everybody always
Bearded
says, "Oh, you missed me."
Bearded Hunter, what's up, my dudes? Levi is odorless mineral spirits. Still your go-to for prepping those caked up tires after cleaning. Caked up tires.
Caked up tires. Those are some
Yeah.
So
puffy tires.
I don't know what you mean, Joey. before or after I've cleaned, scrubbed, and washed them is what I'm assuming what you're asking. I only like using mineral spirits specifically on white letters to get the white letters back, or white walls to bring the white back. But if you're looking at like a tire that's still kind of gunked up and you've done all the scrubbing, you've done all the cleaning, you can't get anything else, yeah, you can clean up a tire with mineral spirits. That's totally fine. I don't really like using that.
Okay.
I'd probably use lacquer thinner.
Interesting.
Alex
That's always his
DeWar,
move.
props to Gabe, original employee of the Rag Company, first of his name, for leading out his priceless Civic to strangers on the internet.
Pretty,
Lending
yeah.
it out.
I mean, pretty nice of him to be able to offer that
It
up.
was remarkably
very,
generous.
very, very generous. And even yesterday, right? He offered
You know,
up
he
to
bought
me.
that car when he first had the idea to create the Rag Company.
I don't
know if you guys knew that.
That's actually not true at all.
And then he told Jeff, you know
Yes.
what you should buy? It's a towel company.
I'm older than him, and
Yeah.
yet somehow I'm his son.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
weird timeline.
No, I never said that. He's the one who gave your dad the idea.
Oh.
He was hanging out.
'Kay.
How old was he? How old was he back then?
Oof. You're asking me
2012.
to remember.
2012, he
He
would have been
would
like
be-
18.
Right. So
Well, he
a
was older
young
than that.
young entrepreneur
19.
getting ready to just graduate high school, and he was like, Jeff, you know what you should do?
He'd be
With somebody,
about
you know what
20.
you should do? Start up a towel company. I think you'd be
He said
happy.
that?
I think
Wow.
that's a job that Dane
Yeah.
could do. And he
Yeah,
goes,
no,
and then
he
maybe
told me
I
what
could
to do. That's how
I
that
could also
works.
help you do it.
And
and then
I'll
I
help
could
you build the racking.
I would help you do a lot of stuff. And so that's where he became not only the first,
Man.
but the he's kind of like the alpha
Mm.
of the
I don't even
of
know
the
if I
Rag
would
Company.
say
Alpha
that.
Gabe.
That's kind of
Yeah.
pushing it really far. But he did have me wash his Civic yesterday.
Yeah, I like how
Well,
in
it
the
was
comments
nice of you.
people
I was
thought,
surprised because he asked me and I told him no.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, do you want to go shoot some B-roll?" And I said, "Gabe, I mean, I part of my job, so yeah, I need to do that, right?"
Yeah,
And
he didn't
then-
frame it like that to me. He just said, "Can you go wash my car for me?" And I said,
Ah,
"Yeah, for money." And he goes, "I'm not paying you." And I
This
said,
is your job.
I go, well, then I'm not going to detail I'm not going to wash your car
Yeah.
for you. But
the master
he said,
shine. You want the master shine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like his
he-
fingers on this vehicle.
yeah, and then, but
Yeah.
the B-roll thing makes sense. That's how he got you. He
He
reworded
got
it.
me. He said, "Hey, this needs to get shot for this video." I said, "Oh, it does need to get shot. Let's go and get this done."
Yeah.
Then he
See, if he had said that, I would have been like, cool, yeah, I'll go do
weaseled
that.
me.
My
But-
favorite thing was Luke Berge in their chat that they have popped in and said, "What do you want to bet Anthony just did this so he had an excuse to clean his car?" And then the others had to pop in and they go, "That's not his car."
That's hilarious.
So Luke apparently thought that Civic was yours. I don't know if he thought you changed the color on it or what,
Well,
but
he just
sorry,
knows
Luke.
that Anthony has a number of Hondas.
Yeah, I mean,
do.
it's just one more thing.
Will say though, gave that O&R wash and wax because I haven't washed anything with it.
In years.
No, it's been just about 1 year since
Okay,
I've
1
washed something
year.
with
Okay.
O&R wash and wax, and I've used it recently on something. I think I mixed into a bottle to clean
okay.
some things
Yeah.
with at 256 to 1, but I hadn't done a full wash with it because I'd just been using the yellow O&R from Opticoat.
No, sure.
But green O&R, man.
It's bussin'.
It's busted. It
very
is
nice.
good stuff. I just forget. And then I use it on a coated car, and I go, "Oh my god, this feels great."
It's because
Like,
it's
this
not
feels
new,
wonderful.
so people aren't talking about it. But the fact
Well,
is,
then
there's
other
plenty
people
of
go,
products
oh,
that are
don't put
still
wax
really
on
good.
a coated car. It's not going to hurt
You'll
anything.
be
No, it
That's
feels
not even
you'll
that much
be
wax.
fine.
It's
felt
got-
awesome.
Great stuff.
I was jazzed on that, and I don't think Dr. G has reformulated anything on that in
It's
quite
nice.
some
I would
time, but
say
it
more or
feels
less
really good.
similar.
Super Auto saying, yo, 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 yo.
Yo, yo.
And then Joey Belinsky says, I will be purchasing all the extra large shirts this year, just a heads up.
Don't worry.
Craig Schwent, hey guys, happy Thursday. What's your favorite towel for waterless washes? Is it
Ooh.
Eagles?
For waterless, so not rinseless, but waterless. So you're just spraying a product onto the
Wolfpack,
surface.
The Wolfpack towels are great waterless towels.
They are.
Eagle 350s are also great. Regular Eagles are also nice.
Yeah.
I like the Wolfpack a little more because there's a bit of a sponginess to them.
And the pile is slightly tighter, if anything,
Yeah.
I would say, than the Eagles, which are a little more like broad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's subtle stuff.
And if you'd used the Minx previously, you
yeah.
would like the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Cheese Doodle, what's your favorite quick detailer of all time
Oh man,
or currently?
that's a
Cheese?
big question.
That's a question.
Well, I mean, you have an option of O&R 256 to 1 in a bottle, and you can use it like a quick detailer. But if you're asking for a dedicated quick detailer, like one that
I mean, the
actually
most
is called a
basic,
quick
simple,
detailer,
works every time you use it is I would say like your
I was going to say that, man. That
PNS. It's PNS's
Paint gloss?
paint
it's
gloss.
paint
That's
gloss.
your in a pinch you need it for anything and everything. It'll do you everything. But like you've washed your car and you've finished it. You want to brighten it up, hit it with a little quick detailer. Then I'm all about utilizing Stiarna Gloss
Yeah.
and their quick detailer. Silka. I love it.
Silka.
Feels so
It's
nice.
fun to say.
Looks good. Feels good.
Silka.
That's where I'm at.
Silke.
What about you, Anthony?
Man, I don't know. Current favorite quick detail that we sell in our line. It's tough. I think the one I reach for most is probably PNS paint gloss, and it's probably just because I feel the least bad burning through that stuff because it's the most cost effective of probably all of them that we sell.
It smells unique compared to others,
I
too.
feel like I could lay it on really thick or lay on a ton of product, wipe it off safely, and never be worried about spending too much money. So I like that.
Very cost effective.
With that said, though, like the smell of Stiarna Gloss Silky is pretty phenomenal. I love that. I'm also a huge fan of QF, QS, and FSE from Coach Chemi, depending on what my needs are.
Well, and I know you didn't mention G-Tex, but I actually really like G-Tex.
Their quick detailer
So G-Technic's quick detailer is phenomenal. But as a overall quick detailer for cleaning up dust and cleaning up dirt and debris, it's not my favorite for that.
Yeah.
It is my favorite as probably for a drying aid and probably for a gloss booster from G-Technic in that realm. But yeah, it's not the first one I'm going to reach to when I have a dirty car. I feel like it does a very good job adding gloss and doing some light cleaning power, but I really feel like paint gloss can really soak an area and really get that stuff kind of broken up on light dust and debris and whatnot. So anybody I'm missing inside the line? I know there absolutely is.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be something.
I can't think of it.
Instant detailer, gloss
obviously.
Also
that's
a great
another
product.
That and I'd probably put that next to paint gloss. It just works.
I use that one all the time on the Red Miata.
There has been a formulation change on that particular one, where Dr. G has now has a water spot remover built into it, which makes sense for a quick detailer, but it does impact the smell a little bit, so it's not as bubble gummy as it used to be.
So it's a little more like the FSE side of products.
A little bit more vinegary. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, all of our quick detailers are great, but I would say we probably sell more paint gloss than anything.
Yeah, that's valid.
Eddie Cologne saying, "Hey y'all,
hey
what's going on,
Eddie,
buddy?" Bryant Bailey. Been loving Rupe's Uno Protect in advance, but not beating well unless I wipe off with a sealant like you guys have shown. Are you guys a fan of any other ceramic all-in-ones? So we don't carry any other ceramic all-in-ones other than advanced.
It's kind of been our focus.
The other all-in-ones that we do carry is One Cut and Finish by Coach Chemi and Micro Cut and Finish. And One Cut and Finish has a bit of cut plus a sealant, where Micro Cut and Finish has a cut and a bit of wax. So they both work really great. They both provide some really nice water behavior and nice protection, nice gloss. But yeah, other than advanced is really the most ceramic. And it's actual very strong ceramic. And I would pair that more. I think it plays really well with Defender. Just like Uno Protect works really well with Bead Maker. You're putting two sealants together and two ceramics together.
Okay.
Too thick, Anthony.
Too Thick says, I spent $10,000 on Stealth PPF for my G80 M3, and my detailer and the company that installed it are saying that matte will likely fail over time. Any insight? Matte PPF.
I mean, everything degrades with time, but did they give you a timeline
what's the
that you could expect?
Yeah, so Too Thick, what's the warranty that you were given on that Stealth PPF?
Well, expel, I don't know what expels.
But that's what I'm saying. What's the warranty for that product? They're going to tell you, because you can't keep it on the car for over 10 years.
If you want horror stories of what happens sometimes somebody leaves stuff on too long, it can take the paint with it if you wait too long and you start peeling it up.
Yeah.
Clear goes with it.
Like I had a customer that I just did their car this week. I coated it.
Yeah.
And it's got PPF on it. The car's a 2013. It was PPF'd by the dealership with a pre-cut kit
When new.
when new. It's at, and I don't know what they used,
So it's been 10 years.
but it's been 10 years and it still looks great because they kept the car clean. They garaged its whole life. They detailed and had it coated every few years. So in those 10 years, it's lasted. But Matt came over the other night to pick up some product from me that I had to give him to sample.
Mhm.
And he looked at it and he goes, it's been 10 years. That thing needs to get, he goes, it should probably be replaced if they want to keep it as nice as it is, because they replaced the carpet, they reupholstered the seats, they've done a lot of stuff. They really like this vehicle and they want to keep it in the family. And so he goes, let him know. Yeah. And I'm available to re-PPF it. So I told him when they picked it up, hey, just so you know, you're at the 10-year mark on this PPF. It looks great. Yeah. It looks nice. But the next 5 years, it will deteriorate much faster.
And also be much harder to remove.
It'll be much harder to
That's
remove.
the big one.
When I was polishing it, I was noticing some underlying dryness and stress fractures and silvering underneath that I was like, yeah, this is getting to its limit.
It's preventing moisture from getting there. So
right. So so what they might be saying is that it will likely fail over time if you don't adhere to the timeline that is set. Yeah. We vinyl wrapped my truck, and the roof on it, Avery Dennison states with that vinyl, 5 years on vertical surfaces, 2 years on horizontal surfaces. That's what they warranty. The vinyl's the same. It's just the surfaces. So on the roof and the hood, hey, in 2 years, you need to strip that off and reapply it. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to make it hard. Well, I was doing some product testing and wanted to see what our coatings could do, what the coatings could do, what could do to help prolong the life of the vinyl. Sure. When we removed the vinyl, my sides came off after 5 years. Totally fine. Sides came off, no big deal. So easy. My 9-year-old and my 12-year-old were out there peeling it off. My roof, which I had not replaced in 5 years, but I had replaced my hood. Yeah. Hood peeled off, no problem. Roof, it's still on there. Yeah. And it's coming off in flakes. And so I don't know how I'm going to get the rest of it off, short of getting a pressure washer out there and just blasting the roof.
Let's get blasted, yeah.
But that's where it's at. And it's because I waited 3 extra years, and I remember looking at it every year, and in the last year, literally 1 year, it is very fast.
Downhill.
Deteriorated far faster in the last year than it did in the last 2 years.
But that's a big part that I wanted to address. There was something people often don't consider when they're getting into this in the first place. They're thinking about, it's exciting, it's fresh, it's new, and I just spent a lot of money on this. But like a wrap, it's not forever. It's not temporary. Forever. And you have to understand that despite having dropped quite a chunk of change on it, you're getting a really good product, but there's no promise that it's going to last forever. And nobody
You're going to be lucky
that.
if you get 10 years out of that.
But what I was going to say was, as you get past that point, the warranty is now expired. You think, oh, it looks pretty good. You keep it going as long as you can. As you continue, even if it still looks pretty good, you're running that risk higher and higher. And when it does come time to remove it, the big challenge that you can expect is you get a guy, whoever it is, a gal, whoever, they start taking that off, and it may have looked good, but if it proves tough, it's just going to get tougher with time, and they're going to charge you more based on how tough it is to remove that. So you're really just adding an extra expense, but the longer you wait, by forcing their hand to do it that way. If you got it done at the time that it said it expired, it would be much easier to get it off, move on to the next thing. Most guys who do PPF installs and removals would appreciate it if it were still in the time frame.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on it, Too Thick. Perfect Detail USA in the house. What's up, TRC fam? Hope you guys are having a great day. Another alumnus.
Still only at 2 of the 6 right now, so we'll wait to see who else checks in here.
Everybody else just saying hey, but
everybody's saying
hi, which is awesome.
Detailing and Review saying good evening, everyone. What's up, man? Super Auto. Jamie the Cleaner needs Eaglet t-shirts. Crop top versions of all the TRC shirts.
You know what I love about Jamie? He loves Eaglets. Eaglets deserve the love. They are great.
They aren't as loved as many of our other towels.
They're a niche product, but man, are they good.
Yeah.
All right.
And Shine Your Light saying, how's everyone? What's going on, man?
Then we'll pop over to page 3. Oh, it's a whole lot more hellos. Yeah, okay. Well, wait a second.
Yeah. Superato, Levi, I did try the Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi. Not bad if ice cold. I'm telling you. It's good stuff.
Oh,
Man,
we
look
got
at this.
Darren, the hairy horsewife, in the house, which
Darren's
makes
here.
three of the 6
Grand
have
Bassett.
arrived. All right.
When is the next towel folding video scheduled for? From Joey Belinsky. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out.
That's a fun one.
That might be one we do with your dad.
What? Have him in like Ivan's place
No,
and
yeah.
him just folding
You
towels
just have
while
him
talking
do it,
to the
talking.
camera.
Just,
Of course, a lot of it would be like, "Why do you guys have me here? Why are you making me do this?
He'd
You
say,
know I don't like being
when
on camera."
Dane was 7 years
I would
old.
love it. I would love it. He just
When
told stories.
his
Or we
stories
get your
stories of
mom.
Dane.
We
Yeah.
get your dad and your mom to come do the cool towel video, folding video, and they just tell
He
stories.
dressed up Dane
about
as a
the kid.
sailor when he was just a baby, and Jeff accidentally rolled him down the driveway. And
To be fair, he didn't roll me. I fell out of the car seat on a steep driveway and rolled down the hill.
Yeah, you
I
rolled
couldn't
down-
stop
you
myself
rolled down
because
yourself.
I was a baby.
yeah, and it may have,
And now that we've outed him as a horrible parent, that's not fair.
because he's in the sailor outfit, and Carol.
How do you
was
think
so,
I turned out the way I did?
she
Of
was
course
so-
I hit
she
my
was-
head
she
as a
was
child.
so upset that his sailor outfit was dirty.
Yeah.
Because
that was
They're going to
the
go get
problem.
pictures.
yeah, they were gonna get pictures, and he rolled down the
Yeah.
driveway.
So the joke is, if you look carefully at the picture they took in the portrait studio, it was like a JCPenney's portrait studio or
Yeah.
something. You can see a tear, just a single one rolling down my
A
cheek.
dirty cheek.
And that's how Dane got his superpowers for knowing what car sounds are. You know,
He got
Suddenly I was on the
he got
spectrum for
spun
cars.
around
Here we
a few
go.
times.
Yeah.
Spencer saying, also my YouTube videos usually get 100 to 200 views. My last one's almost 7,000.
Yeah,
All right,
buddy.
Spencer.
That's
nice.
a good. That's
Great
a good,
work.
That's a good.
You tapped
pull.
into
Congrats.
something.
And the gang saying
lot of
hello.
hellos.
Shine your light. Ultra Clay
Ooh.
Scrubber is my favorite brand new product.
So
there you go,
good.
man. Enjoy it. Then
Right
Kimchi saying, hey guys, you use the products from HyperClean? Have not.
No.
Sorry, Kimchi. And then Rick Smith saying, hey, Titan Tim, that's Shine Your Light
Yep,
detailing.
All right, then I'm going to kick it over to, wait a second. This is page 3. I need to go to page 2. We are flying through these because most of it is
Everyone's
just
saying
people saying hello.
All right. Shine Your Light saying, hey, Rick, Grand Ambassador Man
Ooh,
says, hello, guys.
hello, Grand Ambassador.
That's
Man.
hilarious.
Who's the
That's
ambassador, man?
hilarious. I don't. And the thing is we've had so many people create accounts, for random things. I don't know if that's truly Darren,
I'm
or
not
if that is
sure.
Grand Ambassador Man.
Could be Kevin. You never know.
Could be.
Masked superhero.
Grand Ambassador Man saying hello, guys. And then Super Auto. Did the clay scrubber melter use inappropriate chemicals for lubes? Probably.
See, that's what
No.
we're wondering.
Probably.
Usually,
I don't know.
if that's the case, it's going to be like a tar or plastic kind of softener removers, stuff like that, adhesive removers. Those are going to be the ones that are going to do the most damage to a synthetic clay. All right. Oh, yes,
So,
Shine Your Light
Titan
Detailing
Tim.
is the new thing a SEMA release.
Technically.
Technically, but also you're going
We
to
might
hear about
release
it
it a little bit before.
then.
You never know.
So, yeah, just
We'll
keep
see.
your
Just
eyes
stay
peeled.
tuned. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter.
Yes, that's a big one.
And then Frederick says Crumble Cookie has a Pop-Tart cookie this week.
Oh,
That
Who would've
sounds
thought?
that sounds
delicious.
intriguing.
And then Nathan Som, formerly Gion Nate,
Hey,
now B&B Nate. The hand speed needed to melt a clay scrubber will give you forearms, like peak condition Anthony.
I mean, you're really blasting
incredible.
away. You're really just.
Just going.
Robin.
That's too funny.
Tim saying I did a Mercedes E450 and just made 6 quarts of chili.
I like how these
And that
two
is why they
things are
call you
connected.
Titan Tim.
So Titan Tim, so this sounds like a good time, right?
Yeah.
Because you know what? In this cooler weather we're having right now,
Oh, chili cook-off?
what sounds better than some chili,
I
man?
agreed.
Fall
100%.
Are you a
weather and
chili
some
guy?
I am a
chili.
chili man.
Are you a chili-
I
Dane?
love chili.
I love a chunky chili. I don't care for like
Yeah.
sloppy joes, but I love a good chili.
See,
So-
I like a sloppy Joe chili.
Yeah.
I would mix the two together just for fun,
See, I
just to
do
enjoy them.
Fritos.
Is it
and
chili? Is it slop chili season or what do we
slop
call
chili?
it?
We should make slop chili.
Slop
some
chili.
Fritos scoops and a good hearty chili? That's what you need.
So I'm kind of
So
picky.
my kids are nerds for chili now.
Are they really?
They don't like spicy things, so
Okay.
our chilies are not spicy.
Yeah.
But they love Carly's mom makes a chili.
Yeah.
I'll I would kill people for this chili. It's so good. I will fight my own family.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like a joke when he said it.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. And she only makes it like once a year.
Oh man!
And she makes, and I'm like, I'll drink it.
What does that sound?
That was a
I fill
gnarly
this cup
sound,
up,
buddy.
and I put a straw in it, and I drink
Did chili? You
because
drink
it's so
it?
good. But here's the thing: both my kids now have had it. They also enjoy it. So this year, if she makes it, I'm gonna have to fight my own children.
Gotcha.
For a share of that chili.
Anthony, you're gonna have to scoot over. You were disappearing
sorry.
off the screen.
Are
sir.
you a high bean content chili person?
I like beans. I like meat. I like chunks of tomato. I like.
Hold on, let me flip
all
the
kinds
switch
of
to
stuff.
turn on my high beans.
Yeah. I'm all about that. Now, I have a brother-in-law that will not abide beans in his chili.
What is chili?
He also doesn't really want meat in the chili.
Okay.
Or
What is-
cheese.
It's just soup.
Or
Just-
anything
That's not
else.
chili
He
anymore.
mostly just wants
at
a
all.
brown soup
That's weird.
consistency
That's
for
gross.
his chili.
So-
but other than that, I'm
Chili
a big
without
chili
beans
guy.
I've
ain't
had-
chili.
Yeah,
I've
I found some once that
Listen.
said meatless and beanless chili.
I hate
It was
that.
mostly
That's
just a brown
bowl
sauce.
of brown. That's
Chili
not-
powder sauce.
You're just
they
eating
call, they
sauce
call that a
now.
rolling brown out, right?
That's
just
a rolling
disgusting.
brown out.
So what I don't like though, honestly, in full transparency, I don't like too many freaking beans in the chili.
I like it hearty.
I like
want
a
enough
hearty amount of beans.
biteable
man.
things.
Correct. I want enough going on in that spoon, but I have had chilies in the past where I go, this is just
too much
It's
beans.
just too much beans, and then they use like 4 different types of beans, and I go, there's too many different flavors.
I like 4 different beans. I want 5 beans, 6
You
beans.
want 6 different beans?
I'll take a 26 bean chili.
I don't want that. I don't.
I'll be
no.
all right with that.
I like 3 bean top. Right? You can't eat tops. You can't do. You shouldn't have to do more than 3 beans.
I think you could do more than 3
So
beans.
Rick
and be
Smith
happy.
says, "Keep you guessing, Tim."
Dane, are you trying to?
I'm
end our
trying
chili
to make sure because
conversation?
I
Slowing
saw
down
the
our
number
chili
jump up to 80,
conversation.
and then as soon as we got on the chili thing, it jumped back down to 68.
Wow.
So-
Super-
Superauto saying that,
those-
banana.
those
Let's
are
get
the real
back.
ones, Dane.
Let's get back to a real conversation. The banana bread Pop Tarts are here in Georgia as well. Pretty good with coffee, but my all-time fave Pop Tart is the Concord Grape. Only brought back a special run
Concord
every
grapes
few
are-
years.
Yeah, that's
never
awesome.
had it. Never
I've had
it.
that.
There we
It's
go.
good.
Have it.
Rick saying Ultra Clay towel works great even with honey-soaked fingers, Anthony.
It's kind of hard to actually makes it easier to hold
Yeah.
on
I would
to
say
with
the
all
grip,
that.
the
Yeah.
grip is improved.
grip.
That delicious UK honey is helpful in more ways
It's
than
like
one.
when gymnasts have to put the powder on their hands to make sure when they're going to the bars, it's
Just do that with Darren's honey.
yeah.
Fred Shamrock popping in saying, "What's up, everybody?"
Hey, man.
And then
And another
Fazal-
Humberto and Tim.
Fazal Jaman saying, "What's up, guys? Haven't said anything in a while. True, Levi. I just
Yeah.
replaced my Spectrums with a Virgin FTW in my glove box for quick wipe downs while in traffic. Nice.
Good one.
That's a
Nice.
good glove box towel." And then Craig Schwint had a museum come to me and is interested in me detailing for them. They told me they have a car club come in once a month and use dusters on cars. I cringed internally when I said that. Rick, that is a great job. If you can get that and you can teach them and show them the defects in some of the things. Now, you got to be careful. Some of those cars need to stay full of defects.
Yeah.
Some of those cars, they do just need to be dusted. But if you can teach them the proper way to care and clean those cars, you can be very well set in that, where they call you in every couple months and just clean a bunch of really easy, clean cars that just need light dusting. But yeah, learn what cars are okay to be corrected, which ones are not okay to be corrected, because if you correct original paint, you can lower
Remove
the value
value.
of the vehicle. So be very careful checking that stuff out. Rick, what is everyone's favorite dilution for Express? I do 1-to-1.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to go too crazy with the dilution.
And
on
here's another
Express.
trick, guys. Get yourself a gallon of cockpit
Oh.
off-road, the PNS off-road
Yeah.
line. Take that. Take your Express. I like to do a little dual mixing. That's what I've been doing at my house now. I'll fill up like a 32-ounce bottle. I'll do 16 ounces of water. I'll do about 8 ounces of cockpit, 8 ounces of Express, shake it up, and I've got an actual really nice scent concoction that I can clean.
What do you call it?
All right.
Express.
It's it's Cockpit Express.
Okay.
Yeah. But it smells.
Yeah, I won't say my compound.
Smells
word.
really good because it's eucalyptus, mint, and a bit of a cherry scent. And
Yeah.
all three really work well together. It smells really good.
Exproc pit.
And I like it.
Hans Closen says, shout out to Gabriel for sending me a sweet birthday present.
That was very nice of Gabriel.
Gabriel is a wonderful
Not
that.
Gabe at the Rag Company, but Gabriel, who is over there in the Netherlands.
A wonderful person we got
that
to
is a great person. Great
was it a
human being.
stroopwafel, Hans?
That's an important
did he simply
bit of
send you
info.
more stroopwafels?
Very nice.
Please clarify.
And Anthony's Auto Detailing saying hello,
Hey,
everyone. What's up?
what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'll start a new business.
Any advice on removing honey from floor mats? Says Grandambassador Man.
That's a great question. You don't need to do that. Lick it.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
Steam, lick it off, then steam the rest off. You'll be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
steam.
Gran off.
There you go.
F saying yurt.
Yurt.
Brett Gates. Can
Hey.
the Ultra Clay products, scrubber, towel, etc., be used with an iron remover? Will that damage clay? It won't damage when you use like Ferrex or Huel. It has no problem with that, or even like Iron Buster. Those all work really well with that clay scrubber. Yeah. Some of the other products I can't
It's tar
confirm
removers and
or
stuff like that.
deny
that'll
because
damage.
sometimes they do have a certain cleaner or something and that can damage the clay.
some-
And
So,
when,
yeah.
and when we say damage, usually what we're referring to is when it softens it so much that it can potentially
Dissolve
Dissolve.
it. Real 850.
Yo.
Hey guys, how soon after a ceramic coat, CSL XOV5, could I apply a topper such as G-Technic C2V3 or Bead Maker? The coating is cured and vehicle is now ready for its first wash. XOV5 is amazing. Well, wash it and then put your topper on.
How soon after ceramic coat can I apply topper or bead maker?
So
Okay,
realistically,
yeah,
it's about an
just
hour for if there's wetness.
Throw it on.
So if there's
Yeah.
rain or something and you finish coating the car and you've got to deliver it to a customer, they recommend you spray C2V3 on the coating, especially on the CSL XOV5. But if there's no rain, send it out, let the car go until it comes back for its first wash, and then you can apply a topper if you want. But again, there's no need to do that if you don't have to.
We got Vincent Alessio here saying, I took the badges off my car, yet I can still see the outline of the badge. What do I do? Fellow Brooks fan here. Very nice, Vincent.
Good work, Vincent.
A man of
Your
culture,
feet,
I see.
Yeah, your feet love you, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. You took the badges off your car, yet you can still see the outline of the badge. Is it the actual outline of the badge, or is it the ghosted image of the badge in the paint? Because two things could have happened. If it's an outline of the badge, it's just dirt and grime, and you just need to clean that, scrub it, maybe polish it to get that scum off.
Yeah.
If it's a ghost of a darker color, you waited too long, and your car has gotten some UV damage.
The rest
in the
aged
sense
faster.
that the rest of the color has lightened, where the back half has darkened.
Yeah.
So this happened to me. I debadged the Elantra 6 years after I owned it.
Yeah.
And so when I popped those badges off 6 years later,
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
You bought it new.
says-
You could have done it then.
I could have done it then and I would have been fine. But because I waited and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to debadge this thing. When I did, it left the ghost of Hyundai Elantra in the back.
Well, and it's a color that I would
People know
think,
now.
Will
like
haunt
you, I would think, oh, this one will be okay. It's a
silver.
lighter color. It's
Yeah.
silver.
No,
Yeah, it's not going to show.
It's
It
a
shows.
darker silver underneath.
Even on my white flex, it would show.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I mean, yeah, do what you can. And worst case scenario, if there is an outline or if you can't get rid of whatever it is, you always put the badge back on.
Yep.
Right.
True.
Carl Case says, this weekend will be my first time using a wool pad plus Uno Advanced. I don't have a pad washer. How do I get the most out of the pad? I recommend every so often, maybe after every couple panels or so, once you start having a little bit too much buildup in the pad, you can have yourself a brush. You can take it to the sink with a little bit of APC. You could scrub everything out, rinse it out, and spin dry it back
Air?
on the machine. You could use air. The only problem
If he doesn't
with
have an air compressor, it gets a little
Right. But I mean,
also
not
the
having a
air
pad washer
compressor
doesn't mean you don't
needs,
have air.
especially on wool, needs some power
Yeah.
because that Uno Advance. I mean, you start
It buries itself in
It'll
there.
start to
What
bury
about like the
itself
Rupa's
in.
claw tool?
Yeah, the claw tool, if you have it.
Claw tool?
But
Yeah.
if you don't, a brush.
Yeah.
Just a stiff bristle brush. You can run it on the side of the...
While you
yeah,
hold it,
I
you
guess it
run
just
it,
depends.
yeah.
If you want to wash your pads and clean them, get them back to 100%, then you would go through a process of doing that. Like I said, going to the sink. Or if you're simply just trying to get rid of some of the
Now,
buildup.
you're not using a lot of less product is better on Uno Advanced than more.
Yeah. That is
And
true.
you've also explained in the past, Levi, that when it came down to, I'm not sure how many pads you may have, Carl, if that's the only
We
one.
still
or
need,
have a few.
you still need to wash them when you're done because the Advanced does have a ceramic in it, and
Yeah.
it will set up. So if you have multiple pads, like Dane's going to tell you, go ahead.
Well, I was going to point out the whole cycling aspect because you've talked before about how it's unfortunate a lot of people end up killing pads way sooner than they need to go because they use them too much before moving on to another and swapping it through. They don't give it time to cycle. It just gets super, beat up
too
and
hot.
then it's back. And that ends up killing it way faster. And then you have to go buy more when you don't need to if you just give it a little breathing room.
Yeah, so even if you have 2 wool pads, you can throw one you can do half the car, tear it off, throw it in that bucket of soapy water like Anthony has, and then throw the new pad on, do the other half of the car, take that one off, throw it in the bucket, clean those pads up, get them washed, get them ready to go, and have them ready to go for the next time. And then you've got 2 pads that work for the next car. If you only have 1 pad for the whole car, there's a tendency that you're not going to get the most life out of that pad. That pad's going to die at the end of the car. That's just what that's how it works. So, especially with someone who's saying it's the first time using this pad and this product, you may overheat those pieces, especially because you don't have a pad washer, you don't have a air to cool that down.
But if you plan on making a habit of it, pad washer is a great tool to get.
Nathan. That's not his name. I have no idea. That's why I'm giving him different names.
Fred.
Every time it
shall
something
not be
different.
named.
Fred. Ryan.
Fred.
What's your favorite drying aid without protection to use on top of Bead Maker other than Dream Maker? Building my list of new products to try out on the next big sale. Paint gloss pairs really well with going on top of that as a drying aid. You could also use
Optimum Instant Detailer Gloss Enhancer is also a good choice.
I'm trying to think of something unique if you haven't maybe tried doing. Quick Finish doesn't really offer a lot of slickness from Coach Chemi, but QS does.
Yeah.
Offers a little bit more slickness. You could, what else could be done, Levi? Drying aid. Think. That isn't the basics. That doesn't add protection.
You don't have to, but Glad,
Oh, maybe
Glad's a good
would
one.
actually be. It does have protection in it, but it's much less.
Smells nice.
I like that idea. That's a good one.
I've been using
Glad's
Glat. I've been using Glat lately, and I really enjoy it. I've been doing it on my cars, and it's nice. It just works.
You said you're glatified.
Glatified.
So Stiarna Gloss Glad. That's a good choice.
Stiarna Gloss Glat's a nice one. I think we carry the RTU version in the 1 liter. If you get a 5 liter, it is not RTU. It is straight, and you do have to follow the dilution recommendations.
Glad is just straight in general.
I think
That's
there's
what
an
I thought.
I thought this new version. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
Check
I think
the back
he
of the
said
label.
something like that, but I don't know if it ended up happening. I don't
Maybe
know.
not. But anyway, I have an RTU mix on mine, and it works. Because otherwise, if you use it too heavy, it's not really great. If it's too heavy, it ghosts and high spots on the car. So you want to make sure that you follow the dilution recommendations properly.
But it's nice as something that you could try that you aren't seeing on every other car out there.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It smells really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like the smell of pineapples, I mean, you're just spraying it all over.
I don't even know. It's not even pineapple.
I know, but it smells like a pineapple.
No, it smells like an island.
Okay.
It's
like
got
an
a
island.
tropical
It
vibe.
has
Coconut pineapple.
It has tropical Glat vibes.
Tropical Glat.
Yeah.
Mike's Auto Detailing saying, "Good afternoon. What's up, Mike? How are you?" And then Tugger looking to up my rinseless game. Any recommendations or preferred super soaker models to use for pre-rinsing? That would be fun. You just fill them up.
Actually, would be a blast.
You imagine going to a professional detail shop and
Pump it
instead
up,
of using a
just
pressure
spray
washer,
it,
they're just
pressure.
out there with super soakers
Yeah,
doing
I
the
like
same
that.
thing.
What was the one? I got one when I was a kid that was blue that had like 4 tanks.
Oh, you got the quad tank
It had
one?
like a big orange tank, like a 2-liter bottle tank, and then it had another tank, like 2 more tanks on it. And then at the back, it had like a globe,
Okay.
like a reserve tank.
Oh,
That would-
yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
And you
Yeah.
would pump the ever-living.
See, those ones
but when
got
it was
crazy.
full, you were carrying a gallon of water
Yeah.
on top of this plastic toy. You had to have the strap attached because it hurt to be
I always had
9 years
the-
old trying to carry this thing around.
Yeah.
Especially in a water fight.
had the
It's
gray
not-
one with the
not
purple
mobile.
tank and the long rifle barrel. Like it was it was for range.
Yeah.
It was very good.
However, I did enjoy. I got in a water fight with a kid at school. It was like a water fight day.
Yeah.
So you bring your stuff, and I had seen this spyglass
That was
setup.
the difference between growing up in Idaho and growing up in California. You couldn't bring your super soakers to school.
Yeah. So I also went to a Catholic school. So we
The
were
SRO would
so
have something to say.
so one of the kids brought a thing I saw at the store. I almost bought it, spent my money on it, but instead at the last minute, my dad talked me into the super soaker. He had glasses you'd put on, had a hose. And a
I remember that.
and
Yes, I remember that.
And it had a microphone,
Yeah.
and you plugged it into some batteries, and you'd say fire, and it would squirt a
Yeah.
little bit of water out.
I was gonna say it couldn't be that much flow.
It was
going
not
through
that
there.
much, but he would go fire, fire, fire,
It's
fire.
basically
and he would,
just like somebody.
and I
blinking
watched
at
him
you.
run around, and he had maybe like probably the koozie size of amount of water
Yeah.
in his pack. And he was like, fire, fire, fire. And he was running around like trying to
Yeah.
squirt people. And it only went like this far. So poor kid, he did not do very well in that.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there with my other buddies, and we all have these super soakers. We're just fully loaded, ready to rock and roll. He comes over and goes, fire, fire. And
It's
my
over,
buddy-
cowboy.
My buddy goes, fire, fire, and pulls his trigger and just, it was like a fire hose. He just doused that
Yeah.
kid, soaked
Some
him.
of those things had a
It
violent
was
level
insane.
of flow.
Yeah.
It was insane. How
Do you guys-
much.
do you guys
It was the
remember-
good old days,
Do you
early
guys remember
90s.
the backpacks?
Yes.
You had
Yeah.
the backpack soakers, right? Where you had the
Yeah.
full.
You put kids literally 3
full-on
gallons of water
canisters,
on the
It
back.
looks like an oxygen tank on your back.
It's like a
yeah.
whole oxygen tank. And so
Yeah.
it was crazy is that, like, I remember going to battles where, like, kids had those. I think I had, like, a more traditional, like, regular style of
Yeah.
gun. And then there was also the big cannon ones.
Yeah, those were great.
That-
Yeah, because you just had the big jug of
Yep,
water
you
and you
just
just
had-
sat there and boom.
and
That's
you-
what my kids
and you
like.
just blast them, right?
Yeah.
But my favorite, though, right? I love those freaking grenade water balloons.
I was
Yes.
about to
Do
say.
you
it's
remember
grenade
the
water
green
balloons.
grenade
Yeah.
water balloons?
Yeah.
Because the
So
second, like, because basically what could be happening,
You
could
come
be
with a
super
backpack full of those.
Well, you'd show up to a super soaker fight, right?
Yeah.
And all the kids are getting blasted, but it just streams of water just all
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
place, right? And then you see somebody walking over it with a cooler, and you go,
What's in there?
"What's that?" Right?
bucket.
What's that? And they set that cooler down, and that kid, it's always the kid that opens up that cooler and that looks at everybody else like you're screwed.
You're
right?
about to eat
and they're
it.
like just
Yeah.
tossing balloons.
Amen to the parents that filled those
Oh,
suckers
man.
up
Oh, yeah.
overnight to get that cooler ready.
Oh yeah, no,
Couldn't
that was
imagine.
no. Think of all the broken outer clasp things on those balloons on the hose tip
Oh,
end.
the
Remember
little
that?
wrapped ends.
Yeah.
It's basically the snowball scene from Elf at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too Thick says a lifetime warranty, but they already want to replace the rear door. Have redone the whole front clip after 3 months. Garage kept and Expel and Guion products. That's an installer issue.
Yeah,
If
that
there's
sounds
certain things they have to do,
too
or
soon.
could be a material problem. But the fact that you're already up on it, good. Just keep up on it.
It's not typically a product
keep an
defect.
eye
It
on
does
it.
come down to the install.
Yeah. Too Thick saying great information. Thank you. You're welcome, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for asking. Kimchi, Rupa's LHR 15 versus the Duetto. Which one do you prefer? We're big fans of the 15, but the Duetto is a really nice machine. Really nice machine.
Mm-hmm.
Vermigel.
Oh my
Hey!
god! So
Number
so
5.
Are we
Four?
at 5?
I think, yeah, we're
Yeah.
at 5.
Oh, we're
no,
at 5.
We got 4. No, what do we got? We got
No.
we
Oh,
got
okay.
Hunter. We've got Heather. We've got Darren.
We got
Yep.
Vermil.
And we got Vermil.
Yep.
So
That's
there
it.
you go. Wow.
Solid,
We're a
solid
four.
You would
showing.
think that somebody would be in here.
You would think they wanted it bad enough.
There's 2 people in here that wanted it bad
Yeah.
enough, especially one of those people,
Yeah.
right? Gosh.
You'd think you
Yeah.
know somebody who wants it so bad would
Yeah.
be here. right?
Yeah.
Somebody, especially somebody who spends as much on time online as this.
Yeah.
They
some
must have
people
Mike
do.
saying
better things
hello.
to do. But Vermil, we love seeing you here.
Yes,
man.
Welcome,
Thank
brother.
You,
absolutely.
thank you for being
hopping
here.
on.
Brionicle, what's up, guys? I'm training for Grand Ambassador Deathmatch 2027.
He's already ready. I love
Attaboy.
it.
Attaboy.
Dude, that's the spirit, man.
All right, Grand Ambassador, man. Fun fact, you'll never see me and the hairy housewife in the same room together. Anyways, I'm off to save a car from damage and neglect.
Oh, I like
Wow,
that.
what a selfless hero you are, Grand Ambassador, man.
And then Vermil saying
Say
he's good. And then Mark, feeling very fortunate being the owner of a clay towel and clay scrubbers both. Awesome product and great time savers. Thank you, Mark.
They
Thank you for
move
purchasing those.
so fast.
And then Darren, oh man, I missed it again. Maybe next time.
Gosh dang! All right.
Then Mike saying Titan Tim had the best detail spray. Levi needs to check it out. Oh well.
All right.
Love to get
Okay.
some. Then Joey says no Jamie the cleaners in sight.
What? Where?
Just
Where
weird.
is he?
I don't know. Alex saying we're getting a crumble cookie, but nothing will top my true love chip, even if they're closed at the most inconvenient times.
So Alex, did Alex even get a chip cookie?
I don't know if he
this
ever
year?
got a chance
Like,
to get one.
at all.
I don't
right?
know. Yeah.
Because Luke bought him out the first year.
Bought about the first
Straight up
one.
showed up and it was
Luke
already
Berge
all gone.
bought out that facility the
Stopped
first
that
year.
night. Yeah.
Just
So fun fact.
clean
So
them out.
chip was created in
Oh.
Utah,
Oh crap! What
and
happened?
crumble.
Did you find out the
Yeah.
answer?
So I did, and I ordered them.
Okay.
And
they still exist.
Okay.
I phone called them, and they said, "We know there's a problem. We'll take your order now, though."
Okay.
And so I ordered my order.
So it's okay. So
Um,
guys, don't worry. You can still come here.
But
and
chip
get
cookie, made in Utah, crumble, also from Utah. Direct competition, same deal, everything, and then they've both started to go national. But crumble has exceeded its national franchise sales over chip.
Oh,
Okay,
100
now see,
no,
I
100%.
Crazy.
personally have no taste for crumble whatsoever. Chip is where I'm at.
There's way too much sugar
Crumble is
in
just
crumble.
purely sweet.
it's-
There's not a lot
It's
other
purely
stuff going
sweet.
on.
It's the soulless cookie. Is
It's
what
also
it is,
very
right?
aesthetic.
But fun fact, you can order chip cookie dough
Yeah.
and order it, cook it yourself
Wow.
anywhere in the country, or you can order a set of chip cookies and have them shipped to you.
My cookies taste the best when they're made by teenagers that hate their jobs.
Yeah,
Gee.
I understand.
So crumble
great.
is mostly driven by like visual gimmicks and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a lot more that kind of thing,
It
which
is.
is a direction
I don't
you can
want a
take.
candied lime
But I
on
think
my-
when
on
it
my
comes
cookie.
down to it,
Weirdos.
the actual cookie, if you're just looking for a
The
cookie,
quality.
Cookie's good. They're
Chip-
both good.
Chip is going to stand above crumble
Yeah.
in my book.
Because this
But I
year,
like
because
crumble.
this
I like their
season
flavors.
at Chip, right?
Yeah.
What season is it, Levi?
Pumpkin season.
It's pumpkin Nutella season.
Yeah.
They literally take a pumpkin cookie, shove
They
Nutella in
they
it.
haven't done that
They
yet.
just shove
They
a
have a
pumpkin in
Nutella
a cookie.
cookie, a chocolate cookie, and then a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie.
No, the pumpkin Nutella they did last year.
Last year, this year they don't have that. I ordered it. I ordered the pumpkin
guess-
chocolate
All
chip.
right,
It's not
and
as
then
good
the
as my
last
last.
Writing my-
comment
Oh
before
my
we
God.
go
Jamie
to
the
a break.
cleaner.
Jamie the cleaner has been
We
waiting
have
in
5
the
of the
shadows.
6 here at the
They're
Rad
here.
Company Q&A. Will
Holy.
the 6th arrive? Find out in the
Oh,
second
boy.
half of the Rad Company
We'll be right back.
Q&A.
After these messages. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Q&A Thursday right here on the Rag Company podcast channel. Once again, I'm Dane Hennon. To my right, Levi Gates. To my left, Anthony Fisher. And these are your detailing questions. But before I hit on those, what do you guys want to talk about? You want to do any housekeeping, or are we just jumping right back into it?
No, just reminding people that, Halloween's coming up.
Yep.
They always complain, oh, I missed out. Oh, man, you're out of this, you're out of that.
Sign up for the
I didn't have any
freaking
money.
newsletter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Save
Mow some lawns.
Mow some lawns.
Okay.
Save a little money.
Uh-huh.
And then head on over. Put that money in your ashtray.
Okay.
That way you got it. And then, sign up. Make sure you're signed up for the Rag Company newsletter so that you're notified when these things drop, and you can be one of the first to jump in and get it while it's going good.
Sure.
Something.
All right. I love all those things. So on that note, let's jump back into this, right? So we have first from Puerto Rico here, and then we have Carly Gates saying, maybe we should share the chili recipe.
Should you?
Well, it'll probably save lives.
Oh, wow.
If we do share it. But we have a saying in our house, that food tastes better when you fight for it.
Okay.
So
the hunger.
Just saying, maybe, I don't know, the chili might lose its flavor if I have to not fight my children now for it.
Oh, no.
We got Choco.
Great idea, Carly.
Choco Taco Windstar Mama says, why are all the creative YouTube names owned by Kevin? That is hilarious.
Awesome. Superauto TK.
Yes.
Slop Chili Day at TRC with the new Bish's camper. Sounds like a Blackwater nightmare.
Wow.
That's the problem. If I start cooking that chili on that outdoor kitchen, and the slop dogs, and we got a slop dog chili happening.
That's a 5-alarm fire right
I
there.
will be making sure that I have a lock on that door so that Anthony does not use it, because I cannot predict.
Oh, no.
Even if I lock the trailer up, he will find a way to get in there and use that toilet.
We'll come through the roof.
You pop through the little
Yeah,
van.
Little van.
I'd make my way into there.
Boy, if ever there were a trailer needed
Alex,
detailing
you
after
are.
that. Okay.
Chili
Wow.
without beans is just meaty spaghetti sauce. They need to get a better life.
And then imagine they take the meat away, too.
Yeah.
Then you're just left with
And then
sauce.
CJ Burns says, I too have seen bowls of meatless, beanless chili before. It was the toilet bowl.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, now that he scared everybody away.
Darren saying, feel like Jamie may be Grandambassador's man's arch enemy.
I wonder.
That
Who knows,
feels
right?
like it could be a real
What I want to
rivalry.
know here, Darren, is does Grandambassador Man have the power of the honey, right? Does the
Right.
honey also reside with him? Maybe he launches honey out of his,
Yeah. Who knows?
hands.
Okay.
Who knows? It'd be pretty good. Alex, speaking of beans, shout out to the 8th centuries old Leviticus Gates' stoner dip. Did you get it?
Yes.
Have you been eating it? It's good stuff.
He doesn't have the
stuff.
recipe for it, does he?
Well, I think he does. I think I told him.
Okay.
Super
probably
Auto
told
light red bean, kidney beans, and black beans are my go-to for I know why.
Right,
Guys,
yeah.
I have told how to make stoner dip on this podcast.
You
So,
did explain it one
You
time
know
on
what?
the podcast.
You know what I think it is? I don't think I like red kidney beans.
What?
Oh, maybe that's
Red
what it is.
kidney
You don't
beans are
like
fine.
Is a pinto bean a normal chili bean?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
not really
fine.
what you
Not
want
because
for
I
your-
love pinto beans.
Pinto beans
Yeah,
are fine.
but you can have pinto beans, but that's not your primary
Well,
bean.
so my favorite
Kidney beans
no,
are usually your
so
primary
here's
bean
my
in the
favorite
chili.
kind of chili. My favorite kind of chili consists of tomatoes, onions, beans, a little bit of sliced up bacon, and linguiça.
You put linguiça in there,
Okay,
right?
that's all right.
It's just Portuguese beans.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can
but
also
that's
call
your
it chili.
So,
Yeah.
so for Portuguese beans to really qualify as chili, you got to thicken it up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to thicken it up a little more with that,
Yeah.
a little more chili.
Real
a
chili
little more meat.
has heft to it. Chili,
You want a little, it
in
needs to
its
stick.
most pure
Sticks
form,
to your
chili
gut.
has to replace an entire casserole. It has to replace an entire big,
It has
thick
to stick
dish.
to the insides of your stomach as well.
It needs to be a hearty meal in and of itself.
Does it
Well,
pair well with
it ain't
cornbread
no
and honey?
soup.
Yes, yes. The Portuguese beans that I make prevent prostate cancer.
No, well, that's good to know.
Is that clinically verified?
Yes.
Sam Taylor, hello, Detailing family. Hope you're all having a great Friday. Thank you, Sam, for tuning in.
Oh man.
All aboard the Gates Express, cockpit and express martini.
Do not
Thank you,
drink
Alex.
those.
Super Auto, the Coxpress interior concoction
I
sounds
was
like
really
it would
trying to
smell
avoid the
amazing.
obvious.
And then David Boyce, Levi, can you recall which cordless polishers you experienced with uncomfortable vibration? Any thoughts on the DeWalt cordless rotary 5-inch polisher?
Gloves.
So I don't use cordless polishers that often. Enough to figure out which ones are uncomfortable vibration. What I do have is the fact that when I hold certain battery-powered polishers, I don't like the way that they hold because they activate different tendons and muscles that I haven't built up. So that's my problem.
My biggest is the front grip on most cordless polishers that I've played with. That's where things feel wonky to me, right? To where I feel the vibration happening and I can feel the rotation happening on my hand. Does that make sense like that? Not so much in the rest of my forearm, but because on full transparency, there's a couple flexes that we have that are not as comfortable as some of the other ones that we have, right?
Yeah, and there's also different battery strengths.
PXE80, right? It's a dream, literally
amazing
a dream little mini tool, right? Their DA cordless polisher that we have on the wall over there, also pretty amazing. But I will admit that the grabbiness of the 3401 or the gear-driven cordless, right? It does get a little,
it fights you a little more.
You get a little wobbled, it gets a little wobbly.
Yeah, sorry, David, but I haven't tried the DeWalt. I played with the Milwaukees. Again, I'm not
just the DA Milwaukees.
Just the DA Milwaukees. The rotaries, I don't know. I know the Flex rotary cordless is actually pretty nice.
Pretty nice. That
I would
balanced.
try and pair. I like to try and pair a lighter battery to it if I can, just so that it's not so off on its balance. But other than that, they're all pretty good now. And they're just getting better.
They're getting better every year. They're getting better. Hans Closen says, if we're 2 PNS scrubbers and 4 PNS bucket stickers and probably the second bottle of Shamrock Deep. What the heck?
I'm not sure what Hans is saying.
Not sure what you're saying, Hans.
Please clarify.
Hello, Mr. Boy, says Mike.
Treats that he got the candy.
We got RL850 says, do you guys have any experience with the Marlux foamer? I have one. I can't get it to work as good as IK. Same dilution with Brake Buster, and I get shaving cream. Dude, I've played with the Marlux sprayers like back in the day with testing and whatnot, but I didn't like them enough to keep them around. So
people have their tribes, right? They're like one, and then the other's the enemy. In reality, you find what works for you.
Marlux sprayers.
If you enjoy the IK more, use the IK.
Weren't my cup of tea. Craig Schwent says, I told the museum there are some cars you don't want to correct, but how do you know which ones to correct and others not to?
So that's part of your bid. Like, you're going to have to do some research on the car, and you're going to have to learn about the car. And so part of that is you're going to have to charge for that and say, do I have access to the owner? Do I have access to the file of the car? Because the car should have a story.
What's the history of the car?
You want to know. If that car is a unique color and it is the original color, it's never been painted, then those I'd probably air, and I'd do a little research and find out. I'd reach out to some of the other auction houses and go, what's the difference with this or that? Haggerty's a great resource for that. Those guys have a lot of folks that they can do stuff with. But if it's been repainted and they find out it got painted, and you look at the car and you see overspray marks and you see stuff on the rubber and you go, okay, well, this one would probably do better because they did a really poor quality paint job. I could probably fix it, make it look better, and what I do is that brings the value up. Whereas, there were some of those Ferraris that we saw at Monterey where you just don't touch it, just wipe it down, keep it clean.
The total curveball, even to the point you made, is, well, if it was repainted but it had a celebrity owner at the time it was repainted, that kind of thing, it's like, it's famous maybe because of that particular ownership history. There's a lot of variables.
You got to learn about it.
You just got to ask the owner first and foremost, and then if you can get in touch with the museum themselves, they should be able to tell you.
Yeah, but I would basically say, I want to clean them, and this is what it's going to cost me to detail all of them at this amount. But then add that amount and go, this is going to be the time that I'm going to try and figure out exactly everything that I need to do to make sure that these cars are kept at the utmost quality, and add that to the cost of it. That's an hourly rate that you want to do your due diligence, and you're just doing this to prepare each vehicle correctly.
Number one thing is always communication. As long as you all communicate, there can't be any upset feelings at the end of it.
Yep. David Boyce back at Mr. Mike. Love your store and loving my lithium bio cleanse. It's awesome, and so is your business.
Oh,
That's nice. Rick, interesting. What is the end looks of the Cockpit Express combo? I might try that. It's clean. Literally just clean.
Yeah.
It's
he's
not
probably
greasy, it's not
wondering
oily.
if it's like
No,
matte
it doesn't.
finish,
Nope, it's a
glossy
standard.
finish.
It's a same finish you get out of Express.
Okay.
Found Kevin. There is no denying it's a Hue performance machine now.
I'm not sure what that's
Which
in
one
reference
that is,
to.
but Superato saying 70 watch and only 26 likes. Smash that. Thumbs
Smash it.
up. Sam Tyler, can one of you find gents go into detail about how ceramic coatings cross-link with the clear coat? I want to understand the product more for myself in order to explain that to my customers.
That's a great question. And there's a follow-up comment here.
I also understand that not all are the same, just maybe a general explanation of cross-linking. So that's when that product is applied to the surface before you wipe it off. It goes through a process, and each coating is different. And they use that term for flashing, how fast it flashes. And what that means is how quickly does the product absorb into the clear coat? Because some coatings absorb very quickly. Other coatings kind of sit on the surface and you see them separate and do kind of this on the surface. Each one has a unique time period as to when chemically it is come off or it's ready to be removed. Legend has a time where you watch it and you watch it separate, and if you take it off too soon, it's very sticky, meaning it's still working. But you wait a few more 30 seconds to a minute, and all of a sudden it wipes off very easily. But if you wait 5 minutes, all of a sudden it's very hard to wipe off. So there are certain rules that apply to each coating, and the coating manufacturer that you're going to be utilizing, you need to know the wipe off. You need to know how it's going to perform, how it's going to behave, which is why we recommend sticking with one ceramic coating and getting to know that entire line before you move on to the next one. I don't recommend trying one, trying another, and doing different variations, because you don't really have an understanding as to how that each coating is going to work in that lineup. But it does, each one is different. So some coatings are SiO2 based, some coatings are SiC based. And that means that one's a silicon dioxide and one's a silicon carbide. They react very differently in the way that they flash. They also react very differently in the way they need to be cared for. Then there's titanium oxide, and then there's other variations that have boron and other ones that are their main base chemical. And so you need to be, or borphine, you need to be careful about how those are all. So do your research and reach out to the companies. Reach out to them and ask them, can I get some, tell me what this is. A lot of companies really want to be able to, they do a lot in educating you. And so reach out to the reps, reach out to,
legit ones can walk you through it.
Yeah. Like Nathan Somm here on our thing, he was the Guion guy. Mm-hmm. So before he left Guion to go work for B&B. And so like ask Nate, like he's got a ton of knowledge on that. Ask Jamie. Jamie started learning a lot about coatings. There's a lot of folks. Mike's Detailing knows quite a bit about coatings as well. And so you start reaching out to some of the other guys in our industry and some of the guys in this group. You can also jump on the Rag Company discussion group, the podcast discussion group on Facebook. And we've got tons of folks that will reach out and help you understand these coatings. But you can also go back and watch. We've got videos on each of these coatings from the manufacturers, them talking. We've got Q&As with Dave from PNS talking about how coatings work or how ceramics or sealants work. You can get in on all of that. We've got videos with Diamond Protect guys. We've got videos with all that stuff. So the information's there. You just got to deep dive and learn it. So
Excellent.
Real 850. Yeah, the coating is on my wife's car. And I waited 2 weeks for the coating to cure. I just wanted to see if it's okay to use a topper already or if I should wait longer. Most toppers are really used within the first 6 months of certain coatings. Most coatings don't even have to use a topper. So, but 2 weeks, wash it, watch the water behavior. You are still in that sweet honeymoon period where you could probably just rinse it off with water and be happy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Anthony.
Jamie says, Grandmaster Man, you better get ready to board the pain train.
Wow.
Hashtag
choo-choo.
Like that.
Dang. Getting fierce.
And then Shine Your Light says, do you smell what the JTC is cooking?
Slop dogs.
Yeah, no, that's actually just slop dogs. What? Okay.
Swamp Thing. Oh my
Jamie
gosh.
the Cleaner 2024. Eddie, Jamie the Cleaner, the goat, not like. Mike saying, what's up? Jamie, the swamp creature with dual piles of pain.
Oh my god.
Not just one pile, but two.
Pain train. What's up, Mike? Eddie, everybody saying
Everybody's
hi.
just going back and
Jamie
forth.
saying
here.
Mike, the real goat.
We got a lot of hellos.
Detail Depot. And then Alex Graham, GOD water fights were the goat. Eddie says, Merca, we prefer the Merca. Eddie, Grandmaster Man, the only pain Grandmaster Man feels is when a towel touches the ground. Jamie will soon feel that pain as he's going down.
Ooh, I like that.
Ambassador Man.
nice.
Oh,
I like
look
that.
out.
Eddie, these people be capping hard. And Alex, Jamie, and Matt left. And then Eddie saying, fixes in. Neil White. Hey, TRC, I'm just here to check in to see if all-day Jar Jar Anthony liked the latest episode of Ahsoka.
God. Oh, man.
Actually, watched it last night. It was pretty good.
That's the
It's-
highest praise you're going to get from
It's
him,
pretty
so.
good. Like the last week's episode, pretty good. This week's episode, pretty good. There is hope that this can be turned around.
Okay.
But I will say, you do not need to start.
You should have watched Rebels.
I don't
Should've watched
want to
Rebels.
watch
So
a
what
cartoon.
we're
I'm not
hearing
gonna
is
watch a
Anthony
cartoon.
has a new hope, and it's going
I
to
have-
work out possibly in his favor if he sees it through to the end.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it, so I'm not
potentially,
I haven't
but will
either.
say-
I'm literally doing it like they said.
Well,
Watch
the good
Rebels
news
and then
is
watch
you don't
it.
even need to watch the first 4 episodes.
Oh.
You just start there at episode 5.
So it's just filler.
Enjoy, yeah. Then we have Alex Dewar says, yeah, I got some, but we had to go to the neighborhood by Eagle, I believe. Haha. I just wanted to make sure Alex
There you
did
go.
taste that delicious chip cookie. Stick
Oh,
his
yeah.
fingers into a warm cookie. There's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
I know.
Nothing like
Eddie
it.
saying the Braves are going all the way
Oh,
to
man.
Neil. And Brionicle saying, Crumble is terrible. We have a cookie plug here in the deep south of California, and they are awesome.
They
I
really
need to get me
shouldn't call
some
it
chip.
that. That is not a good name.
Yeah, cookie plug.
I do not like that.
I like that.
I don't like that.
Cookie
Super
plug
Auto
is
says,
called.
our Braves have been struggling of late.
Oh,
And then
man.
Shine Your Light. Heck with the pumpkin spice. Give me the brisket.
Ooh, brisket.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Wow. All right, are we on? Okay, we're still on page 2 then, because 3 takes us there. 2 goes.
All right.
Here.
Everybody
All
saying
right.
hello. Neil White, Eddie Cologne. Right now it seems they've fallen flat on their face and pitching is bad and the hitting has hit the wall. And then Eddie saying hopefully they can pull out their thumbs out there and make it all the way. And then Eddie, absolutely, maybe they're just resting, but we'll need a home field advantage through the playoff. Dodgers catch it. Where's G. Davis and all this hot baseball
I know,
talk?
right?
Yeah.
They're missing a very important
and
person.
then,
Oh,
Cookie
and I
Plug
wrote this
isn't
in
exactly the
response.
sort of name you want for a plan to place to eat. I bet their tagline is the only cookie you can have to eat backwards.
That was me.
Good work, Dane. And then, those hot more
Oh man, we're all over the place.
baseball talk.
Yeah.
And then Eddie saying
Okay,
they go
now
into
it's
the
just
playoffs.
baseball
And then Ivan Ramos.
Thank
Without
you,
a
Ivan.
polisher, could I use my drill to polish some glass? Or what else would be my option? Thanks for the amazing contest. Ivan, you could.
Yeah.
I don't really recommend it as you really can't polish glass. You can polish
Yeah.
water spots off of glass, but you can't really polish glass. So I would probably try that. You could use that. They make kits for your drill that you could get some pads and put them on there. They're not as strong. That's the only thing.
It's not quite like using a rotary polisher the
Yeah.
way you think it would be.
I would
It's
say this, Ivan. If
different.
you want a polisher, I would go pick up the either the short throw Harbor Freight, or I would pick up the Porter Crable 7424
Yeah.
and get some different backing plates for it, and just go to town, man. That
It's
thing,
not refined.
Anthony's
but it is
hasn't
tough.
died yet. He's still
It's
using it.
incredibly tough.
Oh my god, yeah. No, it sounds like it's gonna
That's
die
not refined at all.
any
but
second. I mean, I'm just
But it
literally,
works.
yeah, I'm just biding my time to where I can go pick up a new 3-inch. But yeah, no, it's good.
Detail
Um,
Vault saying,
I heard.
go ahead.
Oh my god, I heard that Anthony is trying to get a new hexagon weave towels made by the name named after the hairy beekeeper.
Oh my god!
Not a bad idea. That would be pretty cool.
And Eddie talking baseball with
It's
Neil.
more baseball.
And then Darren, I've heard Grandambassador Man gained his power from our honey. I heard it's
my
magical.
God.
Whoa!
That makes sense. It'd be cool to see a video of maybe Grandmaster Man's origin story,
Ooh, I like
right?
that.
I would like
'Cause
to see that.
We see
Is this
trips and
Cape
falls.
Patel?
Well-
I need to know.
Well, the
Soaked
thing
in
is,
honey.
we've
He was
seen
stung by
him,
Because he has a
1,000
cape.
radioactive
but we've
bees.
seen him unbox. We've seen him being chosen, right? But like, when did he know he had powers? Essentially, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Was it like a taste of honey one day? Was it like he was at the honeybee farm and he got bit by a bee?
Or he was
right?
playing in a park when suddenly a giant chemical truck full of some kind of like degreaser just flipped over and dumped on him.
Oh my god!
And then he gained powers from that. the
Grandmaster
power of
Man
detailing.
had to have gotten his powers somehow,
Yeah.
right? Or is
There
it
are
only
many
when he wears the
options.
suit? Who knows?
Who knows? First from Puerto Rico saying pinto beans are the size of pink beans.
Okay.
Okay.
Alex says pinto beans are for the ghetto Portuguese chili.
You guys.
Super Auto light red kidney beans are tender skinned. Dark red beans have a much thicker skin.
I don't like the
Okay.
ones that
Beans,
are.
the darker the
I don't
color,
like
the thicker the
thicker-skinned
skin.
Okay.
Something. That's what my dad used to say.
Is that true? Is that was a black bean technically has the thickest
I
skin?
assume so.
Okay.
I mean, they taste
Super
good.
Auto says chili, slop dogs, and cheesecake for the win.
Yes.
However, sweater weather would quickly turn to a sweater weather for Anthony.
Well, yeah, like the combination of all of that right there, not good.
That's,
Not good. Not good for my stomach.
A lot of cheese going
Yeah,
on.
and then Han says, those were the items I got from Gabriel. It was very nice of him to send those to you. Eddie saying Marlock sprayers are good, pretty good. Quasar are good.
Quasar also.
Joey Blinsky says, shout out to old Windex bottles.
I mean, a lot of people find uses for those things.
Rick Smith, I'll reach out to Jamie the Cleaner for precise mixing info for Express Cockpit. Hashtag Grandambassador. Thank you, Rick.
Good man.
Super Auto, Joey Blinsky, awesome brand APC bottles from the Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Get the awesome brand bottles.
Okay.
Yeah. Jamie the Cleaner, Grandambassador Man, you got two choices. You want a low pile of pain or a high pile of pain? Because the swamp creatures bring them both, brother.
Hashtag
God.
choo choo.
Here's the you have to remember here, Grandmaster Man. Jamie the Cleaner loves wrestling, right?
Loves it.
Big
He's
wrestling
a
fan,
big wrestler.
right? So I
What
think
do you-
that you got to be careful around him because what's it called? Rage in the Cage?
Yeah.
What is it?
He's
Yeah,
gonna
there's
get
Rage in the
wily
Cage.
out there, man. It's gonna
Dude,
get
I hope
real
there's something
gnarly.
crazy that happens. We have Vando.
It's a good thing
says,
there's an ocean separating them right now.
What's up, fan? Question: is it safe to use bug and tar remover on PPF that had hydrophobic properties?
Yeah, just as long as it's properly diluted. Don't use it straight. Don't use it in direct sunlight.
Yeah, I feel comfortable with
And
that.
I'd probably
obviously-
wet the surface before you spray it on there, just
Yeah.
to be safe.
But it's a bug and tar. Yeah, I don't know.
and just be
man.
careful with
Clean
it.
it off when you're done.
Test
Don't
spot.
leave it
Yeah,
sitting
test
on
spot.
there, and
Test
especially don't
spot.
let it bake in.
And then he says, what's the best soap to use on PPFs and cars with ceramic coatings? Any of the soaps we carry are
GSF,
safe for that.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
G-Wash.
Bando, can you apply ceramic coating over a PPF? Yes, you can, as long as it is flexible. Products like Halo or Diamond Protex PPF,
Yeah.
vinyl and PPF coating are designed for that.
It can breathe.
Eddie Cologne, last meeting of the day, boys.
Ooh.
Everyone have a great evening at the Rag Company Podcast. Thanks for the content. Appreciate it. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank
we
you, Eddie.
appreciate it.
You
Yourself.
take care.
Then Vando, best towels to use to wipe off polishes compounds when doing a paint correction.
I mean, you have a lot of options.
We
when
got
it
a
comes to
lot.
us.
We got a
And it comes down to personal
365s,
preference.
Creature
That is a good
Edgeless.
one. Also a good one.
Gosh, car wash towel.
FTWs.
FTW Edgeless 300.
Yeah.
Drago's, the blue collar towel.
Let's make this a slightly more
Then I'll just say-
complicated
I'd say-
scenario. So, like,
I'd say-
are going to be easier to wipe off. Compounds, they're a little
I
tougher.
would just say 365 or Creature Edgeless.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of those two.
Yep.
That's it.
I mean, the creature gives you the best of both worlds, so you can
Yeah.
definitely do it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got anything to add?
You can go with a FTW too if you want.
If you want
Yeah.
a little more pushing power,
Mm-hmm.
pushing
All
and
right.
cushion.
Holy cow! Are we on to page one
We're on page
already?
one.
R, Dane.
We
Vando,
are.
what's your opinion on your best pad to polish compound combo? Best pad and compound, orange, Lake Country orange, whether it's the HDO, SDO, either one of those works wonderfully.
Do it all.
Paired with the last cut. That's your best combo to get started on any surface, any type of paint.
If you're not sure, it's the safe.
That's the safest, best way to rock it.
Yeah.
Grand Ambassador Man. Jamie the Cleaner, those soggy swamp creatures won't make it past my wolf pack. They always have the edge on anything you can throw at them.
Oh my God, I love
getting
this.
savage.
This is great.
So good.
I am very
good.
entertained right now.
Yeah. No, you guys
Dave
are bringing
Detail. Best way to deal with soft tops with algae green staining. A tried citrus wash with snow foam and a Viking brush. Followed up with 303 soft top cleaner, drill brush, multiple passes. Still wasn't happy. Do you have algae still on the surface, Dave? If you do, then you're going to need to go with the algae removers and algae dissolvers in boat care products, boat wash stuff. That's where you're going to have to move to. If you haven't, you can also try Ragtop's Cleaner. It's designed to clean a lot of different soft tops. But with algae green, you're going to want to kill that algae. So you're going to need a product that can handle that. I would recommend looking into boat products because they do have products that are designed to dissolve algae. So Rick Smith, Vando, you sure can.
You sure can.
Fletcher,
Hey.
dudes, forgive me if this has been addressed, but what's the 411 with the interior scrub mitt? Please tell me it isn't gone. It most likely is, but again, another product under design review from the Rag Company. We're probably going to have more that'll come here and there.
Don't know when it'll come back.
We don't have a timeline. We don't have a date, but it is one of those where we looked at and said we want to update.
We want to make it better.
Make your feelings known, though. If you have time, please call into customer support and voice your support for that product.
Thank you, Fletch.
Yeah.
Appreciate
They
it.
make a tally. We don't know what happens
they're going to keep
tally.
a list.
But then every here it helps. RX Detailer says, "Hi, does PNS Express cleaner containing protection?" It does not.
No.
Not at all.
Just for cleaning.
It just leaves the surface pretty neutral.
Clean.
Clean.
Ivan Ramos says, "When to know when to use the dry shampoo method on upholstery versus using the extractor method?"
It's usually more spot cleaning. So, like, you don't want to saturate everything. So, like, I've been cleaning this weekend. I've been cleaning spilled milk, right? I had milk spill in the car a few months ago. I cleaned it lightly, got rid of the smell. Then Augie spilled water in that same area. And the water, we didn't know about. It sat for a couple days under the mats, and it reactivated the milk.
Isn't that fun? You think
Under
it's
the
gone, and then it
underlayment,
just wakes it right back
And
up
it
again.
woke it up so hard and fast, it felt like it was brand new milk.
On a hot day.
I cleaned and vacuumed,
sick.
Blech.
let it dry out, but I didn't have anything to dissolve or break up the protein smell.
Yeah.
So I cleaned it up even more, and I soaked it, and I vacuumed it all up, and I continue to spray the odor like Terminator on it, and it's come out to where it smells better and it's clean. However, in that situation, I was dry cleaning the best I could using a steamer and my blower and a vacuum.
Right.
It would have been better if I had an extractor because I need to soak that mat with water and suck it back out.
Okay.
So it really depends on what you're doing. So in that case, the carpet's black. You can't see the stain, but I'm trying to clean that area. But the seats, if that was on a seat and it was a very light colored seat and I didn't want to create a new water stain, then I would try to dry clean that area. Or if the seat wasn't that dirty and I had some spot staining, then I go towards the dry cleaning. But if I just buy this car from, say, Facebook Marketplace and it has never been cleaned before, I want to deep clean that. So I'm going to shampoo that. I'm going to pull that. I'm either going to use a mitt and some car wash soap or carpet shampoo and a wash mitt and soak it the old way, saturate that area, scrub it really good, and then use a shop vac to vacuum all that out. Or I'm going to use a carpet extractor. I'm actually going to soak it. The difference, though, is the shampoo and the carpet extractor are both very much a ton of water, where the dry shampoo method, where you're using Terminator, you're using maybe the 3-part system from PNS and a blowgun and a vacuum, is the dry way, is what we call. So,
boom.
Fletch, doing a bit of recovery today after 2 details back-to-back vehicle. One was an interior of a black truck with spilled milk in the carpet, and it had soured. Woof. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I was making sure we got Alex there as well.
Alex said, got some fighting words going on. And Super Auto says, I believe Levi said 60 ounces of water, 8 ounces of cockpit, and it's 8 ounces of express.
Yeah, it's 32 ounces of liquid.
There you go.
And then Jamie the Cleaner says, "Oh, it's a tag match, brother. Listen, you and the wolf pack are going to have a hard time hanging and begging against the swamp creature and his eaglets, dude."
Jeez, we got flying
This
creatures,
is
we
great.
got wolves, we got...
I love
This
this.
is just a...
This is
straight up
passion is what
This
this
is
is.
awesome. I love this.
Fiery
This is what I was
passion.
hoping for.
primal showdown. Yeah.
Fletcher. Second vehicle was a literal farm van, a Honda Odyssey that they transported farm animals inside of. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Anyways, glad to see you guys. Thanks, Fletch, for tuning in, brother. Then Rick Smith,
Bet that
thank you,
smelled
Superauto,
great.
has just given a plug for the expert mixer, Jamie the Cleaner, for the
Yeah,
win.
he knows
and
what
then
he's
Superauto
doing.
with a shout out to Adam's Chihuahua pack. And IK versus Marlex from RIL 850. Prior, definitely prefer the IK. I just wanted to salvage a $50 investment. One of those items people say is great. Not so much. Marlex
People
is...
have strong opinions
great.
going both
That's what they
ways, so I
Totally
mean,
fine.
I get it. Everybody's
I would do the
experience
same.
is
I would
unique.
try and make it work, you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have Marlex sprayers and love them,
And they like 'em,
They
yeah.
work and they work just fine. I just wonder, maybe it's a dilution issue. Maybe that one of the orifices is clogged or something like that.
There's
Maybe-
so many things that
yeah,
could go.
Yeah. Joey Belinsky says, beans, they're good for your heart.
The more you eat,
The more you... What? Okay, and we got Grant Marshall says, evening, lads.
Hey.
Hope everything
Evening.
is well. Can I attempt to polish headlights with polishes only, or will I need sandpaper? You can go directly in with
totally
polish
can.
if you want to.
Yeah.
There's no need for sandpaper.
Yeah, if it just
unless
doesn't
you-
come out
Unless
that
he has
well.
some real crusty
Yeah.
headlights.
Yeah. Mark Stone says, the Rag Company uses products that work well together, IK sprayers, every PNS, Coach Chemicals, and last but not least, the Detail Factory stuff is indescribably perfect.
Man.
TRC customer for life. Wow.
You know what's
amazing
Fun
things.
fact, guys. I don't know if you...
Are we allowed to say this?
I think we can say.
This feels
Yeah.
extremely
I just
kind,
want to say
Mark.
thank you for that, Mark. We appreciate it. We
Yeah.
actually had the president of Detail Factory here today
He's
visiting
the owner,
Yes.
technically.
the owner to just come say hi and come check everything out. So
Yeah.
that was a great comment. Appreciate
No, seriously,
that.
thank you. And
Yeah.
can I say, like, good taste. Is that a Pontiac G8 in your profile picture? Just curious.
It probably is, Dane, because you probably could see it from that far
Dane
away.
squinted. Jamie the Cleaner
It's
has the
dark
key
in a
to,
dark
honey,
picture,
to
but
the
I feel like it
Honeygate
is.
pain train busting through yet.
Oh my gosh, dude! I just never thought I'd see a showdown with both of these people with
Alex DeWar.
with references to swamps and honey so much.
Swamp Optagon on,
Honeygate, yeah.
Swamp Optagon on pay-per-view. Thank
Like
you,
who's
Alex.
who's mediating this fight? Is
I
it
don't
is
know.
it Alex Stewart?
Probably Alex Stewart.
Yeah,
is he-
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex got to play the
Maybe
ref.
it would be
Well,
Alex.
you know how some refs like kind of sit up on the corner? They have like a stand. It's just Alex.
Alex has a
sitting-
lifeguard
he's-
station.
No, he's sitting on top of the floor cleaner.
Floor cleaner on top of
Now-
a lifeguard station.
Now, some might be inclined
It's
to
elevated.
think they might think that Alex is biased just because he also
Or it's just
appears
a
on a show
dock,
regularly
a
with
ramp.
Jamie. But I will say, Alex is an independent thinker, and he will be fair
He
in
is,
his
yeah.
judgment.
He is probably
of
the most
a
fair
head-to-head
human
match.
I've met.
I believe in you, Alex.
Rocky Iverson saying, I like minor towels for compound polish wipe off. That's the 365. It's great for that. Vando, is it worth putting a ceramic coating on the wheels? Someone told me that it's a waste due to the heat produced from constant braking. What's your opinion? That's why we have wheel coatings like C5 and Diamond Wheels.
Designed for the heat.
They literally...
They account for the heat.
Diamond Wheels has the highest heat rating
Crazy.
of any ceramic coating designed for wheels,
Your wheels
on the
will
market
never
right
get
now.
hot enough to,
Your wheels will not get hot enough to burn that off.
unless they're like re-entering orbit or something.
So check out Diamond Wheels. And then C5 has an extremely high heat rating, and so does Legend.
Yeah,
Legend for
all
PNS
three.
all have same thing. They all have really high heat ratings, so they're all designed for that.
yeah.
So, but you can put that on your wheels, and you don't have to worry because you're right. There is a lot of heat produced, and poor quality ceramic coatings and no-name brand ceramic coatings that don't have all this information out there, they just
They're not going to last.
they're not going to help you. So, Grand Ambassador Man, Jamie the Cleaner, you can throw all you have at me. I will just liquidate them and send their ass back to the 1500s.
Oh my
And
God.
there will be absolutely no way to come back from that. Be happy, but be prepared.
How is
happening right
How is
now?
this so positive and yet so threatening?
I love it. And make sure you guys pick up your liquidators, your 1500s,
Yeah.
and some
Oh,
absolute.
man.
At theragcompany.com.
I love it. Ron Ayotte, hello. Sorry I'm late.
Hey.
What's up, Ron?
We're just happy to have you here, Ron.
And Crisscross, I'd just like to take this time and give my shout out to Aaron. He's my write-in for Grand Ambassador of the Year.
He's not even competing.
Yeah. And then Vando, what's the best PPF in the market today? Any opinion on Steck? Steck is very good.
Steck is very good.
Very good.
Oh, Steck's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks amazing.
Ron says, did an assessment on a Honda Civic covered in pine sap. The owner tried to steam the sap off, only spread it around.
Oh.
Then he tried a 3M scrubber sponge. Yep, should have just gone for hand sanitizer.
Oof.
That's all he needed to do.
And there's plenty of that around,
Yeah,
due to
very easy.
something that happened in the last 3
you
years.
can literally buy it for 98 cents.
It's everywhere.
And then Vando, what's the best quick detailers for PPF? Any quick detailer works for PPF. Any of them.
Yeah.
Vando, I want to say I'm really appreciating these comments.
These are good
questions.
Yeah, these are great. You want to read that one?
You go for it.
No, I just read.
Want me to read it, Jazzy?
I read Grand Ambassador
Jamie
Man.
the Cleaner writes, sounds like it's a date B, man. Me and the Eaglets, Alex Dewar and Joey Valinsky, will see you in 2 weeks inside the steel cage, brother.
I love
Hashtag swamp creature. Hashtag dual piles of pain. Hashtag rage in the cage.
Great.
Oh my god,
So
dude!
good. I love
like,
it.
can you
Alex
imagine
and
that? Like
Joey are the-
they show up to a fight, and Jamie the Clear is like, "Yeah, say that to my eaglets," and it's just Joey Valinsky,
What's up?
Very tall
and very
Joey
tall
Valinsky
and
Alex Dewar.
and Canadian Alex, right, walk around the corner, but they're like dressed up in like bird outfits, like they got like.
It's just an Always Sunny episode.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Oh God,
And
yeah.
Nick
There's
Smith,
a wrestling episode
man.
for you.
Mark Stone, yes, Dane, it is.
Yes.
Oh my god! So
I know
And
my
Alex,
greenhouse
man, these
line.
showdown international beatdowns are what I'm here for. I'll be emailing my detailed performance reviews
Oh my god!
to the lads as well as Aaron, because if the customers can trust him, so can I.
That's so funny, man.
And Vando, I know all my questions are about PPF. I started doing them and want to produce the highest quality results. Thanks for your guidance. Not a problem,
This
Vandy.
is a
We really
great place
appreciate
to
it.
start, Vando. So thank you for choosing the Rad Company Q&A as your place to learn such
Joey
information.
Belinsky says he would absolutely wear an eaglet cape.
Okay, all right.
All right, here's Grand Ambassador Man.
Man, oh man, here we
It's
go.
on,
Get one
Swamp
eaglet
Thing.
for each shoulder.
You all know what's hit you. I'll be there with my wolf pack. The towels, not people. To wipe the tears from your face when you're on the floor like a discarded clay bar.
Dude, I just
This trash talk is
I
awesome.
just see,
So
I just
good.
see it's Jamie the Cleaner with Joey Belinsky and Alex, right? It's dressed up in eagle suits, but then it's like it's Grand Ambassador Man, who's obviously Darren, right? He's just like, you guys are going down. It just has a pack of towels, and he goes,
Yeah.
I don't have. It's 3 versus 1, so let's make this somewhat fair.
The wolf pack. Kevin D saying have a good week.
Oh,
Thank you,
man.
Kevin.
Right
And then
back at you.
Pando, what's the best way to prep a wheel before a ceramic coating? Well, you clean it, make sure it's clean, wipe it down with the prep product of the company. So if it's Diamond Wheels, you're using Diamond Body Prep. If it's PNS Legend, you're using PNS's Paint Prep. If you're using G-Technic C5, you're getting panel wipe and you're wiping the wheel down prior to installing the coating. Grand Ambassador Man says, Beeman. Hashtag Beeman,
Beeman.
hashtag y'all, hashtag Mrs. Doubtfire, hashtag THH10, the hairy housewife.
Oh, man. Yeah. Pretty much
then,
confirms it.
Alex says, you can refer to me as Canadian Big Bird, Eaglets in hand, and Trivium is the band.
Oh, Mike. This
And then
is
Super
out
Auto,
of control.
Alex Dewar for commentating the Grand Slam, doing his best Gordon Sully impersonation from days gone by of the Georgia Championship Wrestling on TBS.
TBS. Yeah.
Gosh,
funny.
guys, this is
Oh,
hilarious.
man. You guys are
Vando,
killing
thanks
it.
for your time. You guys are making the world a better place until the
Aw.
next Q&A.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Vando.
man.
Please spread the word to anybody else who's in your position trying to learn some of this stuff. We're happy to help. Just bring them right here, and we'll do the same next week and every week beyond. All right, we got Jamie saying, at Joey, it's not a cape. It's some very tight custom eaglet stitch shorts.
Those are great.
Oh, my.
Alex says, what an episode, my guy. My goodness, I am out.
All right, Alex. Thanks for spending it here.
So we might end this just a little bit early. We do have our floors about to get cleaned right now, and so they wanted to tell us that the cleaning is going to be coming through.
Darren, so what have I missed?
No, Darren, you're not allowed to do that.
I love that.
That's amazing.
Fully doing the Clark Kent walking in. Hey, what's up?
Who's that guy? That guy doesn't have glasses. I have glasses
in the bathroom.
Hey
for a long
guys,
time.
what's going on?
Yeah.
So I think that's all we got really. Until next week. So
Man.
Dane, can you please take us home? Take us to a clean, carpeted home.
Of course. So, as we wrap up today, a little early due to floor cleaning purposes, just want to say thank you to all of you who watched today live, and those of you listening or watching sometime in the future. Please leave comments below if you didn't get a chance to meet it in the live chat. And of course, click like before you leave today. Helps us out, gets us in front of more people, and of course, spread by word of mouth. Tell other people as well. Also, one way you can do that, if you don't have somebody to immediately tell, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts from, or just write it in the comments below. That's also helpful. I'm saying all these things because they really do help, and I appreciate everybody who takes a couple minutes of their time just to let people know how they feel about the show.
And I will say this, Grandbassador of the Year, all the Grandbassadors have discount codes all over the world.
Yes.
Basically. So if you're in the US, Europe, UK, utilize their codes to buy some products because you do get a discount, and it's one way you can help the Grandbassador of the Year, right? One way.
It kind of gets counted. It kind of doesn't.
I know, but it's just something to help. I'm just saying.
It's a good deed.
You can get a
And then
discount
the
off of
one
products.
Final thing before we go, I'm going to put this out there, is as Levi has said multiple times throughout this show, please sign up for the newsletter. Go to theragcompany.com, sign up for that newsletter so you get informed when the super awesome spooky stuff is going down. You got to find out about it.
Hey, like this was
and
last
that's
week's
the way to
Halloween
go.
last
Everybody
year's.
was mad when they missed out on those. Don't miss out this time around.
You need to get yours.
You got to be on the ball. So anyway, find out everything you need to know by going to theragcompany.com, scrolling down to the bottom, and signing up for the newsletter using whatever email you want that stuff sent to. We appreciate it, and you won't regret it because we won't spam you. We only send the good stuff. Anyway, that's it.
I like it.
We'll see you next week, and have yourself a great weekend. Till then, adios.
See ya.